this is the live that no one asked for and nobody was expecting, but since we still have Mercury in retrograde, I am still having major storage issues with my phone. So until I can sort that out, we're going to be going live for the foreseeable future. So today we're going to be doing a live stream. This is obviously it's a live stream. We're doing an AMA live stream. So this is not the one where I'm going to be taking your questions and answering it on the spot. This is stuff that I have previously channeled, and the next AMA live stream will be one where you can come with your questions, you can ask them to me, and I will answer them on the spot, completely cold reading. But that, however, is going to be the next one, not this one. Let me get the chat organized and sorted over here, and then we'll start going through the previously channeled information that I have for you guys. Okay, so we're gonna do something a little radical today. I have no idea if I even am gonna have any mods today. We're gonna open up the floor for all messages to come in, because I know in the past some of the messages didn't come in and you guys really didn't like that. Hey Miles, I'm glad that you caught us. Hello. There's a glare. I'm sorry. Something, what does that mean? I can't see what it is. Something toad. Hello. Welcome. I'm glad that you guys caught me on a live. Not unalived. That came off totally wrong. I'm glad that you guys caught me on a live, not unalived. That sounded very, very terrible. Hello, Rahul. Please don't move. I'm not planning on moving. Thank you for your concern, however. Yes, Miles, I am also. Now, this is, again, because I think you hopped on after my intro. This is not going to be like where I'm doing cold readings on the spot. Hey, Sarah, I'm glad you caught us, darling. This is actually pre-channeled information because I am completely out of storage space on my phone. And until I can get that sorted out, which is probably not going to be until after Mercury goes direct, we are just stuck going live. So you guys are stuck with me. So sorry. Could you do a reading on Courtney Love's bass player from Hull? Would really find it interesting. I think I had actually looked into her in the past. You can give me her name though. But you can also, if I have not looked into her, you can always comment in any of the videos who you would like me to look into, and I'll automatically add them to the list. I know, oh my God, Mercury going retrograde. Thank you for the hearts, guys, thank you. Also, I have been like, thank you for the thumbs up, you guys. I have had this cold for weeks now. Like, it is literally going on weeks. I have had a cold. Pip is also, like, we're both very congested. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then I'm like, oh, I've been here before. I actually know what this is. This is ascension symptoms. So if you yourself have a cold and you're like, why can't I kick this thing? Because colds, what do they last? I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 7 days. It's been like 2 weeks of nonstop like congestion, sinus headaches, no relief in sight. There is like literally nothing I can do that can take it away. It's ascension symptoms. I find it not so coincidental that it's happening right around the time that we have all of these eclipses. Mercury is retrograde, Venus is retrograde. It's just a crazy fucking time right now, guys. So I want you to know that if you yourself are going through it, you're not alone. I assure you, and I guarantee you, we are probably all going through something similar in one way, shape, or another. Hello, Beth. I'm glad that you caught us. Let's get started. Now, what I usually will, thank you, Sarah. I saw that comment. I'm glad you caught it, though. By the way, guys, if you can please give a big thank you. Hey, Ashley, can you give a big thank you to Sarah Lee, who is our mod? She somehow, even if I don't tell her that I'm going live, she somehow always seems to catch us, and she does a rockin' job as the moderator. So thank you so much, Sarah. I want you to know how much I appreciate you, dear. Hello, Steve. Thank you, Sarah. So I'm going to get started with the information, and then for anybody that is part of the replay crew, don't worry, as soon as I can, which will be sometime later on today. Yes, the hearts are for Sarah. Yeah, people can be very, very weird. What I always say is anytime somebody is reaching out and they're leaving some sort of an inappropriate comment, they just need attention. That's all it is. It's they just feel unseen or unloved in their own life, and they are doing it for attention, because sometimes even negative attention is better than positive attention. So they'll take the negative attention. You know, whatever. All right, so as I was saying before I went off on a tangent, because Mercury's in retrograde and apparently my mind is with it. Don't worry if you're part of the replay crew. I will absolutely be going back and adding timestamps later on sometime this evening, because this is an AMA and all of our AMAs traditionally do have timestamps. So I will work my hardest to get that done later on this evening. And yes, Annabelle, hurt people do hurt people. Yes, right, Ashley, the mods. Hey, Samaya, I'm glad you caught us, darling. So if at any point you guys want to give a big thank you to Sarah Lee, our mod, woot woot, please say thank you down below or give some hearts to Sarah. I so appreciate you, Sarah. Now let us get started, because we have a lot of information to get through, and I want to get through it before Pip comes home. Jamar, hello, darling. Skylar has a question. What's your question, dear? And maybe I have an answer. I can't always promise that I do. Yes, shout out to Sarah. Thank you, guys. And also, guys, did you notice my beautiful new background? Come on, is it not fabulous? It works so much better than what I had here before. The shelf it was just like a hot mess back here. This is so much more my vibe, right? It is stunning. It is fantastic. It is kind of like, and by the way, because I record in my living room, it's completely transformed my living room as well. Because here's also the thing. Even though I had the shelf with the plants on it, thank you, Beth, on the desktop, it's an enormous desk, by the way. You can't see, it's enormous. It's very, very, it's like at least 2 feet, more than 2 feet. It's like quite deep. I always had stuff like on the back behind me. Like I had a tray with crystals, and it was so messy. Now that I've cleaned it up, I can tell you that. And now all I literally have there is I have like one plant, and I have like whatever you see here that's all there is. It's so minimalistic. It's so basic. It's so beautiful. I walk into my living room now, and it's like I'm walking into like sunshine. It's so fantastic. So I hope that you guys are going to enjoy it as much as I do. All right, now with all that rambling, let's get to the goods that the guides have brought. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashley. Steve, is that the whole half of the sun or part of it? I'm pretty sure Golden Horizon is a good, yes, it is. It's only half, there's no bottom to it. And funny thing about this is actually a headboard. It's not my headboard. I have wanted this headboard for years. This is what's the name of that store? It's not Anthropology. It's, I'll remember and I'll share with you what it is. I have wanted this headboard for, I would say, at least 4 years, but it was pricey. And I never wanted to splurge on it, but I do on occasion. Not Earthbound, no. Ross headboard, not American Furniture. No. It's actually a clothing store that also has home goods in it. And I could never justify splurging for it. But I spend a lot of time on Facebook Marketplace, because I get the most amazing things on Facebook Marketplace. So somebody was listing this. They were moving. This is usually, I think, $250 or $275. Then on top of it, there's tax, there's delivery fees. It's like all in $350. And this was always like, okay, one day. No. Somebody was moving. They listed it for $50. I didn't even haggle. I was like, I'm coming to get it. I'll be there in an hour. What's your address? I was so excited when I saw this. I was like, I'm not letting this go. I cannot let this go. So I know, what a steal, right? Like, I'm telling you guys, Facebook Marketplace is where it's at. Hey, Ashley, I'm glad you caught us, hon. My bookcase is from Facebook Marketplace. What else do I have that's from there? I got a like credenza for my living room, also brand new in the box, $40. Like, steal my sunshine, very funny. Like, I always get amazing deals on there. So all I do is when I get home, and if you yourself get amazing deals, just make sure that you come home and you sage whatever great new thing you got, because like I don't want somebody else's energy on any of my shit. But Facebook Marketplace, it's where it's at, you guys. I wouldn't personally, I maybe wouldn't get like a mattress on there, but I think anything else is probably fair game. Thank you, Freyer, darling. All right, now that I've gone on and on in the world's longest intro, let's get to the goods that the guides have brought. The very first, I have been asked so much about this first topic. You guys, thank you, thank you. You guys have asked so much, what is going on with all of the airplanes lately? Why are they falling out of the sky? Why have there been so many airplane accidents? So here we go. Here's your answer, guys. This is what's going on with the airplanes. Simply put, the electromagnetic field around Earth is changing, and it is messing with all electronics, but more specifically, what's being affected by it are non-earthbound things, because they are in the air, which is also where our magnetic field is. So this was shown to me as a fly, for example, unknowingly flying into a spider web and getting stuck. But in this case, the fly is an airplane and the web is the field, or the electromagnetic field, that it is being influenced by. So just like the fly would be trapped in the stickiness of the web, the plane's electronics get sticky by the interference of the electromagnetic field, and therefore they are not working correctly. Now, this could affect propellers on a helicopter, or the motor on an airplane, or the communication system. But something is getting stuck, and that is what is causing the issues in the air and with the airplanes. Now, this is not everywhere, and it is certainly not all the time either. Just like not every fly that is flying is going to get stuck in a web, but rather it was shown to me that there are pockets where it occurs, and those pockets can also move. So that is what is going on with the airplanes. Any questions, please do let me know down below if you are live, and certainly if you're part of the replay crew as well. Now, the next question I was asked is the news network, CNN. Excuse me, guys. Again, if you're just tuning in, I am unbelievably congested. I'm doing the best I can here. So the next question I was asked, is the news network CNN controlled opposition? Now, I don't think I need to tell you what CNN is. It's a cable news network, and it has been known for years to be, I would say, even beyond left-leaning, and it's more like agendized to be extremely left-leaning. Hello, PH Rolls, darling. I'm glad that you caught us. Oh, Steve, so the snakes were not flying. No, I don't think so. All right, so is CNN controlled op? So this is what was shown to me. Yes. Except it's not opposition, because it's not controlled opposition, it's just controlled. They are one of the networks that receive a direct talking point of what to say on the news that they are covering. A direct talking point, what stand to take and which direction to lean, etc. Their reporting, quote unquote, if you are just listening, is not meant to be fair, nor balanced, nor unbiased. Hello, Katrina, darling. And they do not pretend to be. They know what they are, and they know what they can be, because there is still an audience for it. However, I do see that they are losing more and more viewers, and they are going to become, as more and more time passes, less and less prominent. Hey, Nicole, honey. This will not happen only to CNN, but in time, all mass legacy media news outlets. And it will also happen with huge newspaper conglomerates will slowly begin to fold as more and more of us seek out independent journalism or lose interest in it altogether, as we regain our connection to ourselves and lose interest in outsourcing to any external sources, such as newspapers or news sources. Now, this is going to happen as more and more of us wake up and realize that we are not, in fact, meant to know so-called breaking news, especially when it is something that is of a low vibe nature. So that is what I have for you on CNN. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, the next person I was actually asked to look into is a filmmaker and director. He is British. His name is Christopher Nolan. Now, I did not, in fact, even know that he makes some of my favorite movies, which shame on me. But again, I try to withdraw my attention from the 3D as much as possible. So maybe, thank you, Willow Pillow. So maybe it's actually, in fact, good that I didn't know that, because I now am approaching those movies with a newfound respect, and specifically even for him. So he, some of the movies that he has made is the Dark Knight trilogy. So those are the Batman movies that were made with Christian Bale. Interstellar, fabulous movie. The Prestige, arguably one of my most favorite movies. Inception, and a whole bunch of other movies as well. I didn't even bother writing them down because I just focused on the ones that I like, because it's my channel and I can do that. Now, he has an estimated net worth of $400 million. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Christopher Nolan is clairvoyant, as in highly gifted. But the way that it shows up for him is not seeing potential futures or potential timelines, but it's more in how he can see an alternate reality or a different take on our current world, and that's what he seeks to tell and to share in his movies. He does not know that he is gifted. He only thinks he has a unique and different point of view and can lend something different to movie making because of it. When the industry changes, few current movie makers will remain standing. Now, I have spoken about this in other videos as well. The industry is going to go through a tremendous metamorphosis, even if we ourselves are not seeing it. We're even starting to see it now, guys. And I'm not even just talking about like the award shows getting no views and nobody cares about it. If you, here in LA where I live, there's billboards everywhere. I see movies being advertised. I don't know a single name. I do not, they're all being made with like new people that look more real, that look less artificial, because they're not getting as much cosmetic procedures to make them look otherworldly. It's names that, and they look like real people. It's completely new people I've never heard of, new fresh faces. This is the direction that the industry is going to be moving into more and more. We're going to be seeing less and less of the big name superstars, and we're going to start seeing more and more unknown people, and there's going to be a lot less idol worship associated with it. So when the industry changes, few current movie makers will remain standing. However, depending on how long it all takes to come down, he may be left standing, and he may also see many people that are inspired by him being the next generation of movie makers. So hopefully we will start to see more and more out-of-the-box content such that Christopher Nolan tends to make. That is what I have for you on Christopher Nolan. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, do you guys hear that? Somebody is blasting their radio outside. Good for them. I'm happy that they're having a good time today. The next person whose energy, this is going, I'm going to get out ahead of it. I'm going to say, I know you guys are going to be so terribly disappointed in this. I was asked to look into Prince. He finally finally came into me. It's not long. He said like literally one line to me. So I'm sorry, guys. Prince finally agreed to come into me. However, it was briefly, and he tells me the best is yet to come. That's it. That's all Prince said. The best is yet to come. Any questions on Prince, let me know down below. Now, the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is Mary J. Blige. She is an American singer and a rapper, and she has an estimated net worth of $20 million. Let's see what Mary's energy wanted to share with me. Hi, Susanna, honey. Took a bit to get my chat loaded. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I think it is Free People. Thank you, Susanna. I think that is Free People. Yes. Or it might be, one second, is it Free People or is it... I can see, we have the store here, not far from where I live. I can see the store. I know exactly what the store looks like. I can see the sign. I just can't see what the sign says. It's, I don't know. It might be Free People. I honestly can't even remember any longer. But it was a steal, whatever it was. I love it. I think I'm going to keep the backdrop for some time now. All right, back to Mary J. Blige. So, Mary J. Blige, as soon as I had connected to her energy, she shook her head and told me she doesn't know what happened to the music industry and it, quote, didn't used to be like this, end quote. She looks at the new girls, or really the not so new girls, because even she cannot keep up with all of these new faces in music, but the not so new, and to her, they all look so worn down and strung out. Like strippers that have been stripping too long, or prostitutes that have been turning tricks for too long. She's not actually so far off the mark of what has been happening to the female recording artists. She just doesn't know it. And she concluded it's like there is a film covering them and it's clinging to them and it's not something that they can ever wash off because it's more, in fact, like they've been tainted. Infected is maybe a better way to put it because in her day, you got to do more of what you wanted to earn a living, but now she cannot imagine that this is what all of these female recording artists actually want for themselves because they're being agendized. To be pimped out to what the music executives tell them to be, it's sad and she feels for them. So that's what I got for you on Mary J. Blige. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Miles said, Mary J. Blige grosses me out so bad. Her energy is so wicked, tainted to me. You know, a part of me actually wonders if she was speaking about, you know how people sometimes will project onto another person what they themselves think or feel about something? Like when I first cut my hair, I was telling one of my girlfriends, I was like, I'm gonna cut my hair. She's like, no, don't do it. You're gonna regret it. I was like, how do you know I'm gonna regret it? She didn't. She had really long hair. She's never not had long hair. So she was more speaking from her perspective. Like if she cut her hair, she would regret it. Because that's what we do. We project onto people. And not all of our projections are evil, like it could be with a narcissist. Sometimes it's just a friend that is looking out for you, but they're projecting their perspective onto you. Because guess what, guys? I have never regretted cutting my hair. Not ever, not even once, not even when I've gotten a bad haircut. So it's like, how could another person know how one person would feel about it? They can't. I think she might actually be projecting. Maybe she's been put into some compromising situations and she herself feels like she has been infected and that's why she came to that conclusion. So Miles, you may not be so wrong there. Yes, she has definitely seen a lot. All right, now the next person I was asked to look into is somebody, I'm sorry, my cold, my God. I was asked to look into Joseph Stalin. He was, according to Wikipedia, a revolutionary and the Soviet Union prime minister. Let's see, and here's the thing, I blew my nose so much before, I'm sorry if this is TMI, I blew my nose so much before I came on. It's all head congestion. I literally cannot even get it out if I wanted to. Like, the congestion is all stuck. It's like a sinus infection, and it's not breaking. It's just like this massive pounding headache, and I feel like the nasal drip, and I can't even get it out. So, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. As I always remind you guys, it's real fucking life over here. You're gonna take me on my good days. You're gonna take me on my bad days. It's just real life. Thank you, Miles. I appreciate that. All right, let's see what Joseph Stalin's energy wanted to share with me. And Mercury is in retrograde, and holy fucking God. I feel like my brain has taken a leave of absence. Real life. Joseph Stalin forgot himself. He was not unique in that regard. Because for every 10 good little foot soldiers that do as they are told, there are the ones that go rogue or forget they're just playing a role, and they think they are the ones that are really in charge. Most notably, who did this happen to? Mia names, Mercury in retrograde. Oh, God damn it. What was his name? I remember exactly what he looks like. This is so shameful. They found, what country was this? I want to say maybe like, let me show off how ignorant of an American I am right now. Was this, he was the leader during like the Persian Gulf War. They found him in a hole, and then they hung him, right? So when I had looked into this person, whose name of course I can't remember, you guys are going to let me know because you guys are way on top of it. When I had looked into him, what had been shown to me about him is he forgot his place. He was working for the cabal. He was cast, not so dissimilar to how they cast actors in a movie, but they had cast him to play the leader of the, thank you, Ashley, Saddam Hussein, thank you. They had cast him to be like the leader of this country, and he thought he really was the leader of the country. And it got to his head, and they had to take him out because of it. So, Joseph Stalin was not that dissimilar to Saddam Hussein. However, Joseph Stalin did really think he was the one calling the shots. But since he was genuinely brutal, they let him run amok for a while to see what he would do. As in, how brutal could he be? How dark was his heart truly and genuinely? And it turns out they did not have to worry about Joseph Stalin. Because even though he thought he really was in charge, he was still doing what they would have wanted him to have done, so it didn't matter. They didn't have to worry about him because he pushed their agenda just fine. So he was given a wide berth to carry out his machinations. In the end, sorry guys, it was his own dark soul that led to his demise, as in his death, because he suffered under the weight of it. That is what came in on Joseph Stalin. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, the next person I was asked to look into is an American actress and singer by the name of Ashley Tisdale. She has an estimated net worth of $14 million. Let's see what Ashley's energy wanted to share with me. Ashley said, what we have heard happens is true. I don't think there's any surprise there now. Women do get exploited in the music industry. They do get touched. They do get objectified, and even more than that. It is not, as in the industry, is not at all what she thought it would be, and worse, trying to have any sort of a normal life afterwards is almost impossible. Because when she started dating, she noticed that the men were looking at her like she was a prostitute, and they expected her to just put out, as in have sex. And the money that you earn when trying to do any other job is impossible. As in, it's an impossible standard to hope she would ever earn the same amount of money doing anything that is not in the industry. She has tried to live a mostly normal life, and she thanks us for our interest in her, but that's all she wanted to share for now. So that is what I have for you on Ashley Tisdale. Any questions, please do let me know. Now, the next person whose energy, I actually thought I was going to give him his own standalone video. Turns out I'm not, because I only have like under 2 pages of notes on him. And Mike Hawk is the sweatshirt. No, it's on, it looks actually completely same forwards and backwards, but it's not on backwards. But if it was, no one would know because it looks identical. So anyway, I thought I was going to give Albert Einstein his own standalone video. However, when I was going through my notes, I discovered I have some incredible topics that I have way more notes on that are going to get their own standalone video. So I'm just throwing Albert Einstein in with today's AMA. Now, in case you don't know who Albert Einstein was, which I don't know how that's possible, but okay. He was a theoretical physicist and mathematician, and he developed the theory of relativity. I have no idea what that is. Is that a E equals mc squared? Because I know he developed that theory as well. Hello, oh my goodness, Jenna, thank you so much, my darling. That is a very kind thing to say. Let's see what Albert's energy, I don't feel like a princess today. I truly do not. I feel like I was living in under the sea. I have such a sinus headache. It's like I have the entire fucking ocean above my head, just like pounding down on it. So I don't feel like a princess, but I take any and all compliments. Thank you, darling. Let's see what Albert's energy wanted to share with me. Albert Einstein did not understand feelings well. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I love this. Mike Hawk, relativity is about the relative perspective. I don't know what that means, but I like it. Hold on, let me catch up on comments. Thank you, Mike, I appreciate it. Miles said, that's true. I don't know. I feel like Mary, she is like Doja Cat in regards to being down with the foolishness of Rip to Get. She might. Jenna, you're so welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that, darling. Swag. You can make tea out of sage. I've actually been drinking sage tea, so I don't know. Thank you, Sarah. I was willing to go with it though, because I actually do drink sage tea. So I was like, I don't know. Maybe you can. I don't really know. All right, let's see what else Albert wanted to share with me. So he did not understand feelings well. Not that he was a hopeless case. He wasn't a bumbling fool, but feelings were complex and nuanced, and he was not adept at untangling them. But science and math and complex higher concepts, now that was something he could forever get lost in. The world and how it worked was like a really good murder mystery to him. The ultimate whodunit. Was it God or evolution? Was it a natural order and progression or something else? It almost didn't matter because there was always something new to look into and to explore because the world expanded and science did too. So it was to him his forever love affair, and he was wholly devoted to it. So I asked him, was he really so much smarter than anyone else, as has been speculated about him? Even though I think, like, haven't they looked into his brain and they've concluded his brain was not extraordinary? It was a brain, just like everybody else's brain. So I was like, okay, so were you really smarter than everybody else? Like, or were the people that studied your brain, did they like get it wrong? And he had shared with me No, he was not so much smarter than anyone else, and he kind of did like this, nonsense, like that kind of a thing. I know Prince, right? He just kind of went like, eh. So he moved his hand dismissively, as if to push the thought away, and he shared with me that, according to him anyway, he was just in the right place at the right time, with the right interests to do what he had done. And that it could have been anyone else. He was not special, he does not believe, and not even a little bit. So I asked, how is it to be on the other side now? And he said, magnificent. Because there are no secrets, absolutely none. Not as in interpersonal, like you look at a person and you just know everything about them. That's not what he was referring to. More that everything is known and shared with those that seek it. And to have all of the mysteries of the universe revealed is a dream. It is also a collaborator's haven, as he has found other souls who marvel the same as him, and they all enjoy an exploring all together. He also shared with me he did not spend much time looking at his life once he was out of his body. Now, I have shared with you guys, when we cross out of our body, it's kind of like, the other side is like a bazaar. Not as in it is bizarre, as in it is a bazaar, where there's all of these different booths that you can walk around and you can look at things and you can explore. One of them is you can look at your life without the attachment to it, as if you're watching a movie. But the movie is of a person that you used to know really, really well. There's no emotional attachment. Another, station that you could go to is you could learn all of your soul contracts and all of your soul lessons. Or you could see all of the mysteries of the universe. Or you could kick it with God. So he shared with me he did not spend a lot of time looking at his own life once he was out of his body, because he had realized how much more there was to see and to learn and to explore, and that's what he wanted to devote his time to. And he also shared with me that what are the things that he can see and learn and explore? It is enough for several lifetimes, and certainly he does not, as of now, have any plans to come back, as in to reincarnate. Not when there is so much to see and to know. Not to say that he is against reincarnating as a whole, but it is not a high priority for him right now. But who's to say what will be later? Not him, and certainly not now, and he is perfectly okay with that. So that is what I have for you on Albert Einstein. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Yes, Katrina, God bless you, Urban Outfitters. It's from Urban Outfitters. That is the name that was eluding me. Just like Saddam Hussein's name was eluding me. This is an Urban Outfitters headboard. Thank you, and God bless you. Mike Hawk, see, you don't have means to art. I don't know what you mean, Mike. I just remind you Mercury's in retrograde, and if you don't know what that is, it's the planet of communications. So the planet of communications right now, thoughts and communications, is in retrograde. That means the energy is not as free flowing. Now, I also happen to have Mercury in my 6th house. That is the house of work. That is our day-to-day. So my day-to-day has been not just today, but all of my day-to-days since it's gone retrograde has been a little bit wonky. I'm not sure if you're asking, because you said you believe in that. You didn't say it as a question, you said it as a statement. Does that give you meaning and calmness? I don't know. Me believing that Mercury is in retrograde, I'm not believing, it is in retrograde. I think you're asking if me believing that it is going retrograde is affecting my day-to-day mental capacity. Does that bring me meaning and calmness? No, it's a statement of fact. I'm not blowying about it. Jenna, bless you, I love you. Communication and travels is bonkers this week, and not here miscommunicating, traveling. Yes. Steve, do you like birds, Mike? All right, let's keep moving on. Now, this is another one I got a lot of questions. I'm going to sit on my desk because Mercury's in retrograde. No, it has nothing to do with it. I'm going to sit on my desk because I want to fucking sit on my desk. And it's my video and I can sit on my desk if I want to. No, it's not a coping mechanism. I have a lot of self-awareness, Mike. If it was I know what my coping mechanisms are. Telling you that Mercury is in retrograde and therefore I'm not like on fire today, that's just more a statement. And anyone that's been here for a while, you guys know what I am like when I am on like my best days, right? You know, you guys know. It's okay. It's real life over here. I don't have to be on my best day every time I come on here. I just want to share the information. And not every day is a great day. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Because I'm a real human fucking being. And not every day is a good day. Ashley, it's hard to put thoughts together. I mean, it's absolute hell. And Venus being in retrograde, don't even start. Don't even start. Miles, I'm Mercury retrograde in Mercury retrograde baby in Pisces. Oh, honey. I'm sorry. Sarah, I'm not sure if, I don't know if Mike is trolling either, but he's cool and I don't mind the interaction, so I'm okay with that. Steve, LOL, the buttocks are in retrograde. Willow Pillow, I'm having a shit day too. Thank you guys. Thank you. I don't know how. This is what and I know this is off topic, right? It's not part of the AMA, but it's real life over here. So if something comes up and we want to go with it, we're gonna fucking go with it. I always wonder, and I always think, like, imagine people that are not into astrology. When there's, and I'm not saying like looking at the sky and being like, oh, there's an eclipse. No. I'm saying the energy of an eclipse. Imagine people that are not into astrology, how they must feel. Because before, I can go back and I can tell you, I have had, before I was really like awake, some of the craziest times in my life, absolutely 100% corresponded with eclipses, and I thought I was losing my goddamn mind. Swear to fucking God. I cannot imagine people that are dead asleep and don't believe in astrology. The energy that they must feel. I am going through hell and fucking back with the energy right now. I literally feel like I am being compressed in like you know, like those homemade pasta things? It's like, I feel like I'm being compressed and turned into like a noodle. The energy is so insane right now. And I at least know that I can attribute it to the eclipses. Imagine people that don't even know. They must think they're losing their mind. I have so much sympathy for people that are not yet awake and they're not yet into it. Like, can you imagine, guys? I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry for everybody. I have nothing but sympathy for everybody. Miles, LOL, yeah, it's rough. So I enjoy these 3 weeks of retro. Maybe you do, nobody else does. Mike Hawk, is the symmetry and alignment that pulls you? I don't know. You're asking really good questions, but can you ask them all cohesive and together? Because I don't know if the question that you're asking, Mike, is connected to a question that you previously asked, or if it's brand new. Like, in general, do I like alignment and symmetry? Yes, I like my face to be symmetrical. I like, you know, I had to put 2 plants on the side because it has to be symmetrical. I have to get another salt lamp to put on this side so it's going to be symmetrical because it's not right now. Yes, I have a stellium of planets in Virgo. Yes, I like symmetry. I value and appreciate it. I do. I very, very, very much do. I don't like chaos and disorder. I like balance. So if you're asking if I like balance, yes, I like balance. Steve, you guys can have some of my good days. Thank you, Steve. Steve is very generous. I'm doing Thuper with leftovers. Now I'm talking like you. The last 3 days went so well, it's almost spooky. Steve, please send some positive vibes. Mike Hawk, but it's eclipse only from Earth's perspective. And we're on Earth. That's why we're going to have the crazy energy experiences here on Earth. Jenna, I'd be hella depressed right now if I didn't understand what's happening in the sky. Same girl, same. I can actually even tell you there were times in my life that I went on anti-anxiety medication. And now that I look back, and I actually know the date that I went on it, and it was 3 days after an eclipse. I was just bonkers with the energy, and I was like, oh, I need to get my shit together. Now I understand. Now I'm like, okay, it's temporary. This too shall pass. I know what it is now. I'm okay. I'm just going to ride it out. You know, I don't have to go on psychotropic medication. That within itself is a win. Ashley, Mike, the sage thing around really cold people, I guess. I know they need to be cleansed, so I smell it. Really bad ones. I smell sulfur and get really sick. PH rolls, hey Faye, can I still ask my questions about, you know, let's hold off and PH rolls until the end, and if we have time, absolutely. If not, I'm going to ask you to save it for the next next AMA live stream. I'm going to be doing cold readings. Like, I'm not going to come with a notebook. I'm not going to have an agenda. I'm just going to be like, okay, guys, bring me your questions. I will look into people I've never heard of. I will look into topics I've never heard of. It's just going to be cold readings on the spot. So let's save the questions, your excellent questions, and I know you're not the only one that's going to be interested in. Let's save it and see if we have time to get to it at the end. And if so, I will gladly look into it for you. But let's get through the other channeled information first. Yeah, I know, Ashley. I think we all are, honey. Yeah, it's so wild. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. All right, so this is, again, back to the channeled information. Was Urban Outfitters the story? Yeah, yes, it is Urban Outfitters. Correct, Katrina. So this is another one I got a ton of you guys asking about. Thank you, PH Rolls. Mike, that's Steve Jobs' turtleneck. It might be. It's actually one of my, hello, inspiring thoughts. It's actually one of my favorite sweaters. It's just so cozy, and it's like the perfect warmth, and it's, I love the color because I love gray. Like, oh my God. Somebody needs to stop me from buying any more gray sweaters, because literally my entire closet at this point, it's slowly, like the gray sweaters are slowly starting to take over the entirety of my, I need to stop buying gray, but I don't, because I just love the color, so I just love it. And this is like definitely one of my favorite ones. It's the warmest, it's the coziest, I just love it. Thank you, Ashley, I appreciate it, darling. All right, so again, this is one of the most asked questions I have received from my friends and my viewers in Canada. Will Canada become part of the United States? So, thank you so much, Inspiring Thoughts. I appreciate that, darling. Now, this is what was shown to me about will Canada become part of the United States. Before we get to that, we have to start with when the conversation started and with who. It was with Donald Trump, and he came here, as in he personally on a soul level. What was his meaning and his mission and his purpose? Thank you, Willow Pillow. He came here on a soul level to be a disruptor. What do disruptors do? Disrupt. But not in a malignant way like narcissists do, but in more a way to highlight issues. So if you think about everything that Trump did since becoming president, and I wrote weeks ago, so when did I even channel this? Do I even have a date when I channeled this? Somewhere in early February. Wow. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. Sorry, it took me forever to get to another AMA. Sorry. I've been going through it with this eclipse energy. But, so this was somewhere in February that I had channeled this. This is why I wrote weeks ago and not months ago. Real life over here. Things I can't control. Somebody with a leaf blower outside. So again, he did not come in to disrupt in a malignant way like narcissists do, but more as in a way to highlight issues. So think about everything he has done since becoming president weeks ago. Think back even to his first term as president. No one had ever heard of the term fake news before him. We never had a president that was so brash, who called out reporters for being biased or for asking stupid questions. So this is all par for course for a disruptor. Now think of everything he had done the last few weeks ago with immigrants and how countries said they would not take their criminals back, and how Trump had said he was going to impose sanctions on them and tariffs if they did not take back citizens of their own country that came here illegally and were committing crimes against us, citizens of the United States. All of that was done to highlight an issue, because Donald Trump doesn't just play chess, he plays 5D chess. And it is all to disrupt and to reveal. So everything he is saying about Canada is to disrupt and to highlight. In this case, it's about Canada and the countries, as in Canada's true potential, which has not been reached. So my Canadian friends, your country, and one could even then therefore say the citizens of that country, your personal potential and your country's potential has not been reached. So Trump was thinking maybe if Canada was part of the United States, the people would have more freedom and then perhaps they could also have more power. Could that then not inspire and promote a better life for all of the Canadians? Now, this is not to say that it's a done deal, as in he said he wants Canada to be part of the United States, so he's just going to take his magic wand and he's just going to, ta-da, it's now going to be part of the United States. Because Trump is just a disruptor and not, in fact, a dictator. No matter what CNN and the other legacy media news outlets, which are in fact, as I remind you, nothing more than propaganda, want us to believe with their so-called reporting, which again, see parts passing about CNN, how they get a talking point memo of the things that they're going to say and the way that they're going to lean and the bias that they're going to have. It's just propaganda. So he cannot make it so just by talking about it. He is waking people up to the possibility of it, but he does not have the power to make it so alone, as that would be usurping an entire country's free will, and anyone that is on Team High Vibe will never usurp free will, as a reminder. So look at him talking about it as an introduction of contrast. For some, it is positive contrast, others negative, and even to others yet still, it's completely neutral contrast. But once contrast is created, it is up to the people experiencing it to see if it is something that they jive with, right? As in, do the people that heard it, do they want to be part of the United States? Do they want their country to be part of the United States? It is up to the people that are experiencing it to see if it is something that they jive with, and that is ultimately what will determine the outcome. But the outcome does not reside in the hands of one man alone, no matter how disruptive, in fact, he may be, because he came here to be one. So that is what I have for you on will Canada join the United States? Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now I am going to catch up on some comments before I get into the next one. Jenna, oh yay, let's go. Mike Hawk, it's all hypothetical boundary lines. I mean, that's all a border really is anyway. Inspiring theory, okay, I'm glad that you had to go. Off to do hopefully great things with your life now. Ashley, hypothetical. Yes, okay, I actually didn't have that many comments to catch up on. Whatever. All right, this next one is for Steve. This is one of your questions, dear. Do cats really have 9 lives? And if not, where did the idea first come from? This is a wild one. Here we go. Cats are mystical creatures. It is no coincidence, in fact, that witches have cats, or spiritual seekers having them, as cats are tied to mysticism and spirituality. It is also no coincidence that cats were used in the movie The Matrix, i.e. a reveal. where the cat was used to show that there was a tear or a malfunction in the matrix, right? Because what was the scene in the movie? Neo is walking up a flight of stairs, he sees a cat, and then like 2 seconds later he's like, that's weird, I thought I just saw that cat, and now I'm seeing it again, and we're on a different floor. So the other people that we were with were like, whoa, 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 like we gotta take that seriously, because anytime there's like a sense of deja vu, but the deja vu always came through with a cat, that was to show that there was some sort of a tear or a malfunction in the matrix, and that's how they knew that they were going to be attacked. So it's not a coincidence that cats were used in the movie The Matrix to show that there was a tear or a malfunction, because it's actually true. So marrying these concepts together, the reason that people first thought that cats had 9 lives is because they would see a cat, then they would see that cat and it was maybe roadkill, or maybe it was killed so somebody could, I don't know, eat it or whatever. And then they would see that same cat again. Now, was it actually exactly the same cat at all? No. But it was a copy of the cat that came through a tear in dimensions. Tear in the Matrix, tear in dimensions. So you see how the movie The Matrix is nothing but one big fucking reveal? Like seriously, the more I see about the world and the more the goods the guides share with me, the more I can directly tie it back to the movie The Matrix. I have a feeling that movie is going to be studied for years to come, and it's going to be like viewed as some, like I think it was written prophetically. Actually, you know what? I should really look into the movie The Matrix. Like, why haven't I? For shame. All right, next AMA we're going to be looking into The Matrix unless I look into it before then. So anyway, it was not in fact the same cat that people were seeing, but it was a copy of a cat that came through a tear in dimensions. Because hundreds of years ago, people mostly lived in small villages buttressed by woods. And what else do we know resides in woods or in high concentrations of nature? Portals. So through that portal crossed a cat that happened to just look like a cat that somebody else had seen before it, but it wasn't in fact the same cat at all. Which is where the idea of cats having 9 lives first came from. Now in time that got watered down, because certainly if anyone has ever seen a cat here, they look like they don't have bones in their bodies. Like they can somehow, like, I don't know, crawl through tiny spaces. If they fall off like a bookcase, they just tumble over and they land on their feet, right? So in time, this idea got watered down of how it is perceived that cats have 9 lives, but the way that they first actually came to be believed in having 9 lives is because there are tears in dimensions, i.e. portals, in which cats would cross through. And because the cats, by their virtue of the fact that they are from another dimension, they tend to flock towards spiritual, mystical people or witches or people like that. So I hope that answers your question. Any other questions, please do let me know down below. Now I'm really going to catch up on some other comments here, because more comments have just flown in. Dan V, I remember the yellow sun. Break the spell. Much love to you and all. Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate that. Steve, they see through 9 dimensions, 9 lives. Oh, that's a very, very good connection there, Steve. Yeah, I think so. They definitely see through. They can see things that we can't see. I mean, I grew up with cats. It was not uncommon. I would just be chilling in my living room and my cat would suddenly like arch its back and start hissing at something. It's like, I didn't see anything. Something was apparently there though that we can't see with our 3-dimensional eyes. Dan V, cats are, oh, I love that. You know what? It actually would not even surprise me. Rashad, I only see each cat one time. That's, oh, Steve Copycat, that's an excellent comment. Katrina, cats seem to find, yes, very much so, they do. DNV, I remember the yellow sun. Nicole, Steve, genius question. That's why I love doing the AMAs with you guys, because you bring me questions of topics I would never even think to look into. So I love doing these. Mike Hawk, eye candy. Steve, thanks, Nicole. Yeah, but yeah, right, Steve, Bigfoot. Beth, well, them too, Steve. Mike Hawk, hunting, stalking instincts. Yes, it's probably from their whatever dimension that they're from. Steve, thanks, Beth, my Bigfoot buddy. Samaya, love cats so much. Thinking of foster, I love that. Steve, it does. That was perfect. Nicole, is there a spiritual reason why people don't like cats then? It's an interesting question. It feels like they're not like it's not a good vibrational match. I think maybe cats make them feel uncomfortable because maybe those are people that are more content like living strictly in the 3D and they want to stay asleep and they want to be veiled, and the cats are not a harmonious vibrational match to them for that reason, right? Just like I had said, the cats like hanging around like mystical people and witches because that's more like a vibrational match for them. But people that are invested in staying asleep, I think it's just not a harmonious vibrational match. Willow Pillow, my cat Defto has many lives. Mike Hawk, cats are curious about something I don't know about. Ashley, I think they have hollow bone. Oh my god, they might. Hello, dog lover. Hello, Yusuf. I'm glad that you caught us, darling. Nicole, finally caught you live. Yay. I'm happy that you caught us live, sweetheart. Steve, do scaredy cats have good comebacks? Mike Hawk, what's your backstory or context up to this moment? I want to know. You know, that, I'm happy to talk about it, except that I've done an entire free standalone video on it. It's called, what did I call it? Mercury's in retrograde. Here we go. Something like Ask AMA with Faye, but it was specifically where I had discussed like my backstory, how I came to do the work that I do. If you also want to go to the community section, I have a link. I had done an interview, a very, very interesting interview with somebody, and the link is there. You can go back. We had spoken about my entire backstory on there as well. And I'm so glad. I know so many of you had gone over to, what's his, I think, Christopher. The name of the show is Christopher Kid and Friends, I think. I know so many of you guys have gone over there and you've supported his channel. He does really amazing work over there. I'm so glad to see that so many of you guys are supporting him because he loves talking with people like me and spiritual seekers, and I think he's bringing a lot of like really cool content. So I'm really glad that you guys are following him. Memeing Bliss Toad, I like cats, but I'm so, oh honey, I'm sorry, that's hard. Hi Jamie, honey, I'm glad you caught us. My cat gets mistaken for a raccoon some days. Nicole, that's what I was thinking. Steve, Jamie, your cat is forced to be raccooned with. Okay. Oh, nope. Okay, I'm all caught up on comments now. All right, so let's move on to the next person I was asked to look into. This is again short. I'm sorry. I'm just going to remind you guys as I don't know what you're asking, Ashley. Samaya, yes, Steve, the plan was to adopt 2, but I will foster 2 instead. I'm just going to consciously hydrate before I get into the next topic. This is my non-sponsored content, Aqua di Kefir. It is the orange peach mango flavor. I'm obsessed with this. I just am. I mean, it might not be the healthiest thing in the world, but since I eat healthy 88% of the time, if my 12% is going to be drinking Aqua di Kefir, I've made peace with it. This is made by, actually, who is it made by? I don't know, but whoever makes this, if you guys want to sponsor me, please do, because I really love your shit, so please sponsor me. Jamie McKellar, what did I miss about this time? My new backboard, honey. I mean, my new background. I said backboard because I was combining background and headboard, because it is technically a headboard, but it's my new background. That's why we're talking about the sun. Katrina, what's the channel again for Christopher? I think it's called Christopher I think it's the kid and friends. If you go to the community section, I posted the link to the interview I had done with him there. Just scroll down. I didn't post it too long ago. He has really, really cool people on the show. Please, guys, I know a lot of you guys have started to subscribe to him after I had shared his the link to the interview. Please head over there and support him. Give his channel some love because he's a really, really cool guy and he produces really cool content. I'm addicted to Nerds Clusters. I think that's a candy, right? I'm not sure how to pronounce your handle. Dalinak. What is your eyebrow routine? My girlfriend likes your. Oh, thank you. I actually did. I think it's called not microblading, or is it microblading? I always confuse the two. One of them is dermaplaning. It's not dermaplaning. It's microblading. I had somebody professionally. It's like a eyebrow tattoo, and it completely like if any other children of the 90s that found your mother's tweezer and went to town, and they never grew back properly. Hi, hello. My name is Faye. I'm a child of the 90s. That was me too. And I finally, last year on Mother's Day, I treated myself. I went and I got an eyebrow tattoo. It's completely changed my face. Eyebrows really do frame the face beautifully. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. You can find amazing offers on Groupon. I am all about saving money, guys, right? Just like I shop on Facebook Marketplace, I buy things on Groupon. I just also allow myself to be guided by the reviews. Like if somebody doesn't have any reviews and it's something that's semi-permanent like eyebrows, probably not gonna buy the Groupon offer from them. But if somebody has a lot of reviews like this woman did, woman, not women, she's only one as far as I know. Very, very happy with it. Completely changed my face. Honestly, the best money I've ever spent. I'm not even kidding. Like this and my Kindle, the best money I've ever spent. And maybe my new background and maybe my ring light, maybe my too many things to recount right now. But definitely one of the best investments I've ever made. Miles, you're good, Faye. I'm getting a margarita after I'm off work. Go for it. No, Ashley. Ashley has this so you're confusing him with HG Tudor. HG Tudor is the one that is the self-aware narcissist. This is somebody entirely new. I think his channel is called The Kid and Friends, and he loves talking to spiritual people, and he's producing amazing content. Thank you, Jamie. Mike Hawk, is the sun in the back your moon theme? No, I just like it. Katrina, thank you. Mike Hawk Eclipse. Oh, I got what you were saying, Mike. Beth, that was a great thank you, honey. Thank you. She's pleased to know. It looks great. Thank you for your compliment. I appreciate it. Steve, Samaya, foster meaning you are going to... Oh no, Steve, that's such a negative spin. You are going to abandon them at some point. Haha. I just paid a farmer $10 each for 2 perfectly healthy... I love, by the way, Steve, keep the pictures of your kitties coming because they always put a smile on my face. Steve has 2 of the cutest kitties. I mean, I just die. Me and Pip both. We love looking at pictures of Tyler and Tyson and I forgot their names. I know they both start with T though. Sold, love it. Happy to hear that. Jamie, I have eyebrows. I'm just so blind you can't see them. You could get them professionally penciled in and then you could see them. Bid, would you mind being friends? Sure. Thank you, Sarah. Guys, I don't discriminate people based on the color of their skin or their sexual orientation. Not my entire life. Since I was 9 years old, like my parents never discriminated. Like my mom had a gay coworker that became like a family friend to all of us. Like he came over for dinner all the time. Like I was not raised in a discriminatory household, not even a little bit. Even before this friend that I knew when I was 9, my parents had an amazing family friend that I don't remember because I was too young. He he passed over when I was 4 years old. I don't remember him. So I was always raised with all sorts of people. Like we're just not. I don't understand discrimination, to be honest. I just don't. Like I don't see people based on the color of their skin or their sexual orientation. Since I was in college, I've always had great gay guy friends. I don't care. I'll be your friend. Like, okay, I'm everyone's friend. I don't care. I'm beige. I'll be friends with everybody. These things. I don't see skin color. I'm sorry. I just see souls. Yusuf, do you know Bob Dylan by any? I don't know him personally. I am interested in him, and So I did a reading. I think I had done. I don't know if I did a full reading on him, but he's in the club, honey. Just keep that in mind. Samaya, I never thought of it like that, Steve. LOL. It's just a stepping stone so that I ease into the adoption process, and in the meantime, Bill will go to a loving family. Mike Hawk, where did the inspo for the hairstyle come from? It was a collaboration with me and my hairdresser. I just don't like having dark hair because it depresses my personality. I actually want my hair to be so white. I want to blind people. That is always my goal. I want to be so platinum that people look at my head and they mistake it for the sun because they're so blinded by how bright it is. That's always my goal. You know, do I lose some hair in the process? Probably. Do I give a shit? No, because this suits my personality. I have a sunny personality. Don't you think I should have hair to match my personality? And then I just like to be different, so I don't know, it's interesting because Pip for the first time asked me the other day, he's like, Mom, can you have hair like other women? And I was like, what? Like, I love my kid. I'll do anything for my kid. I'm not growing out my hair for my kid. I love him, but I'm not growing out my hair for him. And I want him to know that it is okay to be different. Meaningless Toad, of course Bob Dylan is in the club. He's been touring for decades. He would, yes. Steve, yes, thank you. Tyson and Thomas said thanks for the compliment, but they prefer tuna, wieners, and temptations. Samaya Norwood, the light hair, Faye is definitely Leo rising, absolutely. Mike, yes, happiness can, yes, I can't, here's the thing, I can't fake happiness. Not all, you know, for every content creator, there's a person that's affected by the eclipses, there's a person that's sick, there's a person that's tired. I can't fake happiness. I can fake looking like the goddamn sun with having platinum hair, though. That I can fake. All right, let's get back to the next topic, guys. I am loving this. I just love hanging out with you guys. This is why I'm like, the other day I did a live stream, and it's like, I just go out for an hour or so. 3.5 hours later, I'm still on. All right, the next person I was asked to look into is Latoya Jackson. She is an American singer. And this shocked me. She only is relative because she only has an estimated net worth of $1 million. It's more than it's $1 million more than I personally have. Let's see what Latoya's energy wanted to share with me. By the way, she is one of the Jackson 5, I believe, or maybe it was just the boys, I don't remember, but she is I think the younger sister of Michael Jackson. So this is what she shared with me. Latoya Jackson, making up names over here. Latoya Jackson said it's a shame. A damn shame about Michael and what their father did to them, but there's no point sitting around and dwelling on it. She knows there's interest and curiosity into her family's life, but it's important for us to remember, although they are a public family, it was still a family, and the Jacksons didn't live for us, they just performed for us. So she requests privacy so she can move on and try to heal. That is what I have for you on Latoya Jackson. Any questions, please do let me know down below. This next one is super short. Sorry. I was asked, is there any truth to movies and TV shows like Star Trek and Star Wars? This is what I have for you. Very minimal amounts. Maybe only 5 to 10% of it. And mostly it's the fact that there is life on other planets and other solar systems, etc. Outside of that, the rest was somebody's imagination filling the rest in. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, this next one I was asked to look into is a American singer and songwriter by the name of Erika Badu. She has an estimated net worth of $10 million. Erika Badu is heartbroken by what the world has become. It's shattered, dysfunctional, and it makes her being a person in her own right nearly impossible. Forget about being an artist. It feels so heavy and full of discontent to even want to create and infuse something positive into the world that is so broken, and it doesn't ever seem like there's any point to it. It feels like it's feeding a black hole, and that same black hole has sucked all the desire from her. Her energy is low, and at least when I had connected to her, dark, but not as in she's dark because she's in the club. More as in it was dark because her energy at the time I connected to her was bordering on depressive, and it was not one I myself want to be in, so I had disconnected from her. She is interesting. That is all I have for you on Erika Badu. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Oh, she's a Pisces too. Interesting. The next, now this is someone whose energy I really like. The next person who I'm about to talk about. I just need to actually blow my nose. I will be right back. You now will have a fantastic view of my new backdrop that you can enjoy while I blow my nose. I think I took some of my makeup off when I blew my nose, but can't do anything about that now, can I? Nope. All right, this next person, who I really liked his energy. The next person I was asked to look into is a singer, songwriter, and a musician by the name of Billy Idol. Let's see what Billy, he has an estimated net worth of $60 million. Let's see what Billy's energy wanted to share with me. Billy Idol was like a live wire. Energy spilling out of him, seeking energy to play with and to create with. His energy very much reminds me of a bottle of seltzer shooken up, ready to explode from the pressure of being contained. He has a presence about him, and it could be felt. So even if he was not seen walking into a room, people could still feel his energy because he had a real presence about him. Or he's still alive. He has a real presence about him. Like, people, I lost my place. He has a presence about him and could be felt even if he wasn't seen walking into a room, and thus some people did not like him because his essence made them just how aware their own energy was lacking. He was very much like a mirror, but not one that obfuscates someone's appearance like a funhouse mirror, but rather reflects the truth back to them, and so he triggered a lot of people, like a lot. But it was not something he consciously or intentionally did. He just did it by being, and it was something others experienced around him. So on a soul level, he came here to hold a metaphorical mirror up for others to see themselves in. But just as some were not positively triggered, some were very positively triggered, and those were the ones that loved him, loved his vibe, and felt alive in his presence, or when he was on stage, because he reflected back to them their own effervescence and high vibe energy. However, this is not something he much thinks about. It was inherent to him. He just lived and lived out loud, and that was that. So that is what I have for you on Billy Idol. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Yes, Rebel Yell. Now, the next person I was asked to look into, this is again a very short one. I was asked to look into a Jamaican singer, songwriter, and model by the name of Grace Jones. This is what she shared with me. She grins at me and tells me, quote, "I got her all right," end quote. Now, if this is very confusing and you're like, context, Faye, I don't know what you got right about her. I had previously shared, yes, Katrina, Grace Jones is an extraterrestrial. So when I have previously shared she's an extraterrestrial, that is what she was indicating when she said I got her all right, because she's acknowledging she is one. That is what I have for you on Grace Jones. Any questions, please do let me know down below. All right, this next one, no one asked me this one. I was sitting in meditation one day and this just came to me and I was like, you know what? As I share with you guys, I don't hold back. If something comes through, I will share it with you guys. There's very few things that I have not shared. There's only 2 topics I have looked into that I don't want to talk about. One of them is Jim Jones, and the other one is Jeffrey Dahmer. Those are 2 people who I will not share their energy. Everything else that comes in, I will share either with you guys here on the regular channel or in my membership if it's a little bit too fringe. But I share with you everything that comes in. Hello, Emma. Right, Miles? Love me some Grace Jones. Katrina, yes, Sages are cutthroat, but I love them. I love them, I mean. Yes. Katrina, you don't have to worry about them lying. All right, this is again. Oh, fuck. When does Mercury go direct again? April 7th? Can it come here any slower? So, I was in meditation and I had the thought, is the Grim Reaper real? So I looked into it and here we go. The Grim Reaper is in energy, just as the Antichrist is, and just as Jesus is. Which I know, people are going to be like, wait, what now, Faye? It's not to say that Jesus wasn't real. He is who he was, but outside of him having actually been a person, Jesus is also an energy that we can all embrace inside of ourselves. We can embrace our inner Christ-like qualities. That's what I meant by this. Thank you, Sarah. Here's the thing, I also don't mind sharing how old I am because I look good for my age and I know it. I'm 45 years young and I am fucking proud of it. Yusuf, I think not yet. You told me you would do a read on him. Still waiting, really, question mark. Yes, he's in the club. I always thought he was something real for years now. It's hard to see he is no different. You know, as I've shared, 88 to 90% of everyone in the music and movie industry is in the club. There are very few outliers. He is not one of them. He is in the club. So back to the Grim Reaper. So again, the Grim Reaper is real. The Grim Reaper is in energy, just as the Antichrist is and just as Jesus is. Now, I have previously done an energy read on Jesus and the Antichrist. For the replay crew, I will link those down below so you can go back and watch them if you have not yet seen them. Hello, Kristen darling. I'm so glad that you caught us, honey. So while they are energies, there is also a figurehead of them that may exist, but only when the Earth's energy is tipped in one such direction that would be a complementary energy for them to come in. The Grim Reaper is exactly the same way. Just like there's a figurehead of Jesus, right? The second coming of Jesus, there's a figurehead. Is it going to literally be him? He's not going to look the same, that's for damn sure. Maybe it will be a reincarnation of his soul. Just like there's a figurehead of the Antichrist, those are only energies that can manifest when the Earth is a complementary vibration. Same exact thing with the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper is the same way, but whereas the Antichrist is a figurehead that would affect all of us globally, And the Jesus energy is one for us all to embrace individually. A figurehead could exist. What the fuck did I write here? Jesus energy is for all of us to embrace individually. A figurehead could exist. The Grim Reaper is an energy people experience individually only, and not even necessarily only at the time of their crossing over. Because it was shown to me that someone could embrace a Grim Reaper energy as if it were a tarantula walking over their hand and they are not even afraid of it. So something that would be terrifying for somebody, a tarantula crawling over me, that's a hard no for me, right? Not something I'm interested in. So something that would be terrifying for some, maybe even most, but for some, they are completely unaffected by it. So those that are unaffected by the Grim Reaper-like energy may be what we would consider daredevils because their actions seem to tempt fate, but only because they do not fear it, so they welcome it. So is there an actual Grim Reaper with a scythe that comes to collect our souls before we cross over? No. But there are our guardian angels that do cross us over. So that is what I have for you on the Grim Reaper. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Ashley asked blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm not sure who you're asking about. Miles, Marvel has this exact concept for their character, Mistress Death. She's an energetic figure. Oh, there you go. That's perfect. See, that's perfection. Hi, Skylar. Now, this next one, this came by request. This is about as dark as I'm willing to go for this channel, but I think there's a lot of interesting lessons in this person, and that's why I am choosing to actually share her energy. I was asked to look into a woman by the name of Lucy Letby. Now, she is a British former neonatal nurse who has been convicted of unaliving 7 infants and attempting to unalive 7 more. Now, this is creepy. The whole story about her is creepy. But on a personal level, when I was looking, when I went to her Wikipedia page just to like bring to you that little blurb about her, guys, we have the same birthday. Oh my fucking God. 10 years apart. She was born January 4th, 1990. I was born January 4th, 1980. We could not be more different. Like literally, like we could not be more different. I'm a little bit creeped out. I'm not even gonna lie. But I've also met 2 other people that have the exact same birthday as me. Not the same year. They're, again, day and night. Totally, completely different. This is where, again, I'm going to remind you guys, astrology is real. First and foremost. But again, so much of what, I know, right, Ashley? So much of what comprises us has nothing to do with the day that you're born or your sun sign. It's the entirety of a person's natal chart that builds out the character profile and who they are. Now, that is also not taking into account, soul contracts, soul lessons, our meaning and purpose and what we came here to do, our free will and all that jazz. But even taking all of that into account, I was a little bit weirded out when I saw that. I'm not even gonna lie. Now, let's see what Lucy Letby's energy wanted to share with me. What's her name? Lucy Letby. Letby. And yes, I would be very interested to hear what her chart looks like. So let's see what Lucy's energy wanted to share with me. Lucy Letby feels nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not as in she doesn't feel anything, so if she would cut herself, it wouldn't hurt, or if she cut onions, she wouldn't cry, but as in, she felt no emotions. And those that do, as in those people that do experience emotions, are somewhat of a curiosity to her. Like, look at the way she looks at us, people that experience emotions, the way we would look at animals in a zoo. However, she is not separate from us, partitioned by cages or glass walls, but she walks among us, only separated by her complete lack of feelings, and that is what makes her so dangerous. Because she is a predator. Exactly the same way a lion would be a predator to a gazelle. And in the wild, the lion is going to, I'm looking for the word to say I'm going to make up a word, predate the gazelle. But in a zoo, the lion is completely separate. It doesn't have the ability to predate other animals. So in a zoo, oh God, my head. Sorry guys, I've the sniffling and then the post-nasal drip, my head is just throbbing right now because I just, I keep like doing that and then that just makes my head throb. I'm so sorry guys. I am not at my best today, but I'm perfectly okay with that. So anyway, that's what makes somebody like Lucy Letby so completely dangerous, because she is a predator, but she is not, or up until the point that she was convicted, was not kept separate from us. Because she is not partitioned by cages or glass walls, but walks among us, separated only by her complete lack of feelings, and that is what made her so dangerous. She is a predator. Because she does things to elicit a response so she can observe how we react and how we respond, just like we might observe a primate throw a tantrum in a zoo. She does not understand emotions and never has, and even at a young age, she could be cruel, and there was no amount of socializing that could taper it. She only learned to mask it, but even that had become exhausting to her. In some ways, she was closeted, but not about her sexuality, but about her complete lack of regard for people, and she longed to be free. The best she could do is to go into a profession where she could be around children. Oh, I'm back. Tell me if you can still see me or if we're going to have to hop off and if we're going to have to start all over again. Let me know if you can see me or if you can only hear me. So the best that she could do was to be around children, babies really, who could not advocate for themselves. She could do as she wished and no one would be the wiser. No one would or could complain because again, okay, I'm glad you guys can see me. Because again, she was working with babies. Are the babies going to complain to their parents about what she's doing to them? No. So she could wreak havoc and observe the beautiful fallout. Because yes, to her, unaliving babies and the fallout that would follow was beautiful. The tears, the rage, the grief that the parents experienced by the unaliving of their babies, the everything she herself could not feel but made others feel. To her, it was intoxicating. It was the only time she came close to feeling any sort of an emotion. Did she know it was wrong? Intellectually, but it's an abstract concept to her. She understands unaliving is quote unquote wrong, but since she feels so removed from us, in some ways she doesn't feel regular rules should apply to her. And it had been shown to me that had she not been arrested, she would have continued to unalive babies, and she had the potential to rack up a tremendous number of unaliving on her watch, or under her so-called care, in fact. And from what her energy shared with me, I imagine this is what psychopaths feel, or rather what psychopaths do not feel. Anything. And that is a truly chilling thought. Now, this thought just fell into my head. It did not come in when I was connected to her energy. She is the incarnate or the reincarnation of Lady, I think her name is Lady Bathory. This is a woman that I believe, I want to say maybe in the 1600s. I could be getting the exact time wrong, but this is a woman, Lady Bathory. She unalived villages in her babies in her village, and she would bathe in their blood because she thought that it was the fountain of youth. So Lucy Letby, again, this just fell into my head. Lucy Letby is the incarnation of Lady Bathory. Fucking freaky. Let me catch up on comments and then I'm going to keep moving on. Anyway, that's what I have for you on Lucy Letby. Any questions, let me know down below. Kristen, yes, I was born same exact day and year as Diddy. And you're right, you're nothing alike because one has nothing to do with the other. Actually, I think I actually answered the question what the reasoning was for why she had done it, right? Miles, Faye, I am in the same boat as you. Me and her have the same moon sign in Aries. She's making us look bad. I know, I'm sorry. It's not a reflection of you, Miles. Again, because even the natal chart of a person does not take into account, as we just discovered right now, who they were in a past life or what their soul lessons and soul contracts were. You know, I love astrology, but it doesn't tell the whole picture. Miles, she also has Mercury and Venus in Aquarius, which makes sense why she would look at people like science experiments. Very interesting. I have Venus in Aquarius also. People are not science experiments to me, though. I can tell you that for sure. Although I do love psychology because I love to unpack the mysteries of people, but not because they're scientific experiments to me. I just think the human mind is so complex and interesting. Samaya, okay, you can see me. Beth, Kristen, you can see me. Beth, you can, okay, good. Miles, I know, I was just joking. I'm sorry, Yarab, I don't understand. Miles, me too, I have Venus in Aquarius. What house is that in for you? Hello, Yarab. I have it in my 7th house. I mean, that just explains so much. All right, moving on from Lucy, right, Ashley? I know. Moving on from Lucy Letby and her psychopathology, we are next going to look into John Kerry, who is an American politician, and he ran for president, I want to say in I think he ran for president in, I want to say maybe 2008. I think it was 2008. Thank you, Yarab. I appreciate that so much. Now, what is interesting and notable about him is John Kerry as a politician. He has an estimated net worth of $250 million. But what is also notable about him is I forgot his wife's name. His wife's last name is Heinz. I think she's an heiress to like the Heinz ketchup company. She has an estimated net worth of $1.2 billion with a B dollars. They are not struggling. Gee, I wonder why that could be. Let's see what John Kerry's energy wanted to share with me. John Kerry was a loyal member of the club. Is anyone surprised? Anyone? He did not have a bad life because of it, even though he was never elected president. He had a companionable relationship with his wife, even love and mutual respect, which is more than he can say about Clinton, who was president. So what is he acknowledging here? That he was put together with his wife. Because, I remind you, at this level, they do not take chances. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton were put together by the club, and so was John Kerry. John Kerry is just saying that he had a companionable relationship with his wife, even love and mutual respect, which is more than he can say about Bill Clinton, even though Bill Clinton was president. So John Kerry is saying, at least from his value set, it's more important that he had a good relationship with his wife, that he was put together with, than for him to have had a miserable relationship with his wife and to have been president. This is what I'm telling you guys. People will always share with you what their values are. He's sharing what his values are. Sometimes it's luck, or at least this is what John Kerry thinks, on who becomes president, or timing, and he has concluded it just wasn't his time. He's too old now, and won't ever be his time again, as in he'll never be president, but he has found other ways to serve and to be of service. I remind you, he means to the club, not to we, the American people. I asked if he had anything to share about John Edwards, and he shrugs but said nothing. Now, John Edwards, as I have shared with you guys, he's a bit of like an, I just find him to be fascinating. John Edwards, I think, was his, I want to say his running mate. So he had tapped John Edwards to be, was going to be his vice president if he was elected. What happened to John Edwards? He was discovered as having an affair with somebody that was doing a documentary on him, and he had a so-called love child. As in, the woman he was having an affair with had his child. He was a very married man at the time, and John Edwards was also a loyal servant to the club, and he had actually sacrificed his son, because John Edwards' son was unalived in a car accident when he was 18 years old in a car full of other kids. So John Edwards is a bit of a, yeah, I have a bit of an interest in him. And I was like, well, I'm talking to John Kerry. Let me see if he has anything to share with me about John Edwards. No, not so much. Now, John Kerry is a bit like his public persona, stiff and dry and not charismatic. And I think in large part, this is why he was not president. He's like a dry and brittle cracker without anything sweet and soothing to wash it down with. Like sand on windows and no water to wash it off with. This is what John Kerry's energy, very, very dry. He was born in the club and was loyal to it, but not everyone gets to achieve greatness, though they can actually climb the ranks as John has. But even he himself is too stiff to see it was his stiffness that prevented him from rising any higher. That is what I have for you on John Kerry. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, who did he lose to? Barack Obama. Charisma versus no charisma. Need I say more? Now, I'm going to skip a bunch of pages because this is where I had channeled Queen Elizabeth I. Fabulous video if you guys have not yet seen it. Highly recommend watching the video on her and her father, Henry VIII. Let me catch up on some comments and then I will move on to the next topic. Ashley, I met Bill when I was, oh, that's pretty wild. Yusuf, what about Clint? I had done a segment on Clint Eastwood in a previous AMA. I don't think that he is in it. Hello, Swimmingly. I'm glad that you caught us. Jamie, John Edward, no. John Edwards, the politician. There is a John Edwards, the psychic. There is John Edwards, the politician. They have the same name, but they're two totally separate, different people. Swimming, yes, John Kerry is boring. Or did I misunderstand? Yes, because he's a different person, love. Ashley, no George W. Not sure what you're referring to. Miles, the Queen, I know, right? Queen Elizabeth, goddamn, I loved her. Swimmingly, is Queen Elizabeth a reptilian? Not Queen Elizabeth the First, Queen Elizabeth II, the one that recently crossed over, she was. Yeah, right, Ashley? All right, the next person I was asked to look at, the next person, I was asked to look into Leah Remini, a former Scientologist, and she had developed a TV show called Scientology in the Aftermath. I wrote her book. I thought it was, I wrote her book? I read her book. I actually thought it was very, very interesting. She has an estimated net worth of $25 million. Let's see what Leah Remini's energy wanted to share with me. Swimmingly, consider joining my channel membership because I have a lot of content in there that's too fringe for what I discuss here. I am perfectly okay with you joining for a month, binge watching everything, and then canceling because I just want the information to get out there. So just consider it. Thank you. I'm a lovely author then. When I actually write my own book and it does get published, I will be a lovely, I think you're prophetic. I think you're seeing into my future. I will be a lovely author. Let's see what Leah's energy wanted to share with me, because we got a lot of pages to get through and only max another hour to get through it. So I got to pick up the pace. Leah Remini lost friends when she left Scientology, and even though she made many new friends, the sting is still there, just under the surface, and is in fact one of the reasons she cannot see her friend Jennifer Lopez clearly. She is too invested in not losing another friend, but it has nothing to do with the fact that Jennifer is famous. It's that they have history, and she doesn't want the years invested to have meant nothing. So Leah is a bit of a paradox, because as much as she is a truth seeker and a truth spiller, not a truth speaker, because she doesn't just speak, but seriously spills the tea. As in, look at what she wrote about Scientology in the show that she has since developed. She's a truth spiller because she spills the tea, right? She doesn't just serve the tea, she spills it, like it's an explosion of information. Even though she is a paradox, in some ways she is veiled, and her friendship with J-Lo is one such way. She is also very no nonsense. So for her to realize the friendship is nonsense, as in her friendship with J-Lo is nonsense, and that she only sees the facade J-Lo wants her to see, would be a serious wounding, because did Scientology not operate a facade at first as well? So it's really preventing her from seeing J-Lo for who J-Lo is. There are too many facades, too many half or not nearly truths, has her spinning and her head hurting, kind of like how mine feels now, and she shuts down, just like she did with me now, as in she shut down her energy. That is what I have for you on Leah Remini. Any questions, please do let me know down below. I'm going to consciously hydrate for a moment with my non-sponsored Aqua di Kefir, and then I'm going to move on to the next subject. Somebody whose energy I really liked and I didn't think that I would. Now, the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is a Belgian martial artist and actor by the name of Jean-Claude Van Dam. He has an estimated net worth of $30 million. No joke, guys, I really liked his energy, and here's why. Jean-Claude Van Dam is actually surprisingly introspective and introverted, and acting for him was an exercise in coming out of his shell. It was taking something so meaningful and personal to him and sharing it with the world. But he realized some things are not meant to be shared because they can be exploited, and martial arts is sadly one of those things. Because martial arts is meant to be a practice of discipline and self-mastery, to have the ability to do great harm, but to restrict it. But movies show none of the discipline, and instead they glorify the ability to hurt another with said martial arts. So the movies got it all wrong, but by then he was so puffed up on the bullshit Hollywood fed him, it was hard to get out. And the women, oh God, the amount of women that threw themselves at him, it was intoxicating. He felt like a god, and that's a very dangerous position for a martial artist to be in, because If they are, as in they already feel like they're a god, they've lost the plot. They've become attached to that which the martial arts seeks to separate them from, their ego and from themselves. He had a lot of growing up to do as an adult, as in when he left Hollywood, and that was humbling. He had to learn to come back to himself, and that was freeing. And he took a big, forced step away from Hollywood, for which he is grateful. That is what I have for you on Jean-Claude Van Dam. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, he's also, I like sharing this with you guys. I don't know why. So this is another one, if you saw me going like this, because I had one line left to go, and I had filled up even the bottom of the page, so I had to write over here into the side of the page. I had one line left to go, like, no need to like kill more trees because Faye has one line left to go. I'm not starting another page for that. Any questions on thank you, Yusuf. Any questions on Jean-Claude, oh my dear fucking God, Mercury, Jean-Claude Van Dam. Any questions, please do let me know down below. This next one is fucking wild. I was asked to look into a beauty entrepreneur by the name of Charlotte Tilbury. She has her own, she started off as a makeup artist. She now has her own beauty brand. It's not clean. Don't deceive yourself. I like the color Pillow Talk for a lipstick color. I'm not going to wear it. It's not clean. I know it's a fabulous color. It's not clean. That's all I wanted to say. Very emphatically. She has an estimated net worth of $350 million. Now, why am I talking about Pillow Talk? Everyone says it is like the most perfect of perfect pink lip colors. It's just not clean. Let's see what Charlotte Tilbury's energy wanted to share with me. Charlotte Tilbury, as soon as I had connected with her energy, it reminded me of Ursula from The Little Mermaid, because as soon as I connected to her, I heard her croak out at me, quote, "It won't cost much, just your voice," end quote. This was exactly what Ursula from The Little Mermaid had said when she was trying to convince Ariel to make a deal with her. And she had said, "It won't cost much, just your voice." So I asked, because this is like a weird thing to come in when I'm looking into somebody's energy. So I asked if her success cost her her voice, to which she said nothing but belches up water, as if she is indeed underwater and maybe had just emerged from it. Weird, I know. And outside of this, there is no personal energetic expression of her herself. For her beauty company, yes, but her, no. Which leads me to believe that she is no longer with us, as in she's no longer alive and on this side. Because she was not needed. Not anymore anyway. And her image and likeness is being used to sell her products, but she is no longer on this side with us. And maybe she is even literally sleeping with the fishies. And that is what I have for you on Charlotte Tilbury. Any questions, let me know down below. Yo, Devin. Charlotte Tilbury, she is a makeup artist. Or she maybe in fact was a makeup artist. Hold on, I'm catching up on comments. Swimmingly, Jean-Claude looks ill. I think he has an incurable disease. Ashley said, surprise, Devin. Sister, you look like you got it. I do have a kind heart. Thank you for saying so. Devin said, Devin, just love people and then you'll have a kind heart. Meaningless Toad, oh my God, look into Jeffree Star if you... Yeah, so I think I have looked into him in a previous AMA. So you might want to go back and find the segment where I had looked into him. Swimmingly, I bet Charlotte is a lizard too. And did I just catch up on comments? Sarah Lee, dang, I love one of her mascaras. You can love them. They're just her product. Here's the thing. I try to put anything that I put on my skin, I want it to be clean because your skin is in fact your largest organ. It literally absorbs everything that you put on it. Same thing with your lips. But eyes, like it's on my eyelashes. I don't use a clean mascara. It's on my fucking my eyelashes. That shit, I don't think that's just gonna get absorbed. Anyway, your eyelashes constantly fall out and renew. So you can here's the thing, guys. You do you, boo. You could wear not clean. I just share the information. What you do with it is up to you, you know? Swimmingly, wow, that's interesting. I thought she was, quote, alive, but her soul probably got snatched. What's with the world? My ex wished me... no, that sounds like probably some soul contract. Actually, that was gangster. Miles, oh my God, I just remembered Jeffrey's Twitter talking about the club. Yes. He had to flee to Wyoming. What in the world? That's horrible. I know, right? Meaningless Toad. Kevin? I think you're I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about. Kevin a coin or something. Or however you spell his last name would be interesting to look into too if you had. I will definitely add him to the list. Miles, yeah, I completely forgot about that happening. What in the world? I know, Jamie. I like to say I'm a mirror and what people wish me reflects back to them. Yep. Projection at its finest. I think this next one was also requested by Steve. This is the rapper and actor by the name of Vanilla Ice. He has an estimated net worth of $20 million. If you guys, can anyone not know who he is? Ice Ice Baby, that song. This is him. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Vanilla Ice said he had a good run. Longer, in fact, than he thought he would or could before he realized just how corrupt the music industry was. Like mobster level corrupt. And yeah, he knows everyone wants to know if the story about him being held upside down over Sunset Boulevard is true. Now, this is a story that has followed him for fucking ever. According to the story, he was held upside down by his feet over a balcony, like 10 stories up over Sunset Boulevard, I think by Suge Knight, or so the story says. And he's saying everybody wants to know if this story is in fact true. Let's just say whether it's true or not, it served a point. What was the point? To make him look weak and like a pussy, and to make somebody else look strong and like a boss. But he will not tell me whether it's true or not, because it's better to be a weak pussy who's alive than a strong dead man. So one could say he in fact said he wasn't going to answer it, but he did. That is what I have for you on Vanilla Ice Ice Baby. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Swimmingly, random question. Do you know anything about the blue avian bird? No, I do not. It is a good question though. And I was talking with one of you guys, and I had concluded I don't understand how I've never done a deep dive into the extraterrestrials. Don't worry, I will. They'll probably get their own video. So keep a lookout for that. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is a musician, and according to his Wikipedia page, activist. I don't know him as such though, by the name of Sting. I think he used to be in the police, and then he went off and he had a solo career. What's that one famous song? I'll Be Watching You? Creepy song, not even gonna lie. He has an estimated net worth of $500 million. Let's see what Sting's energy wanted to share with me. Sting worships the ground his wife walks on. To him, she is, I want love like this. To him, she is the funniest, smartest, and most competent person he has ever met. There is a deep soul connection and deep love that has spanned many lifetimes. So many, in fact, that when these two came together in this lifetime, they didn't just feel familiar, they felt how they just fit together. like a foot in its favorite shoe. Sting is absolutely in awe of Trudy, and it is a truly beautiful energy to be in. That is all I have for you on Sting. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now this next one, also much requested. I was asked to look into the energy of Nick Carter. Now Nick Carter is the older brother of Aaron Carter, who I have previously done an energy read into, and I actually think a great number of you found me through the video that I had done on Aaron Carter. So it kind of feels nice, like it's full circle, like we're coming back. I'll always forever grateful, by the way, not that Aaron Carter was crossed over, because that was, sad, but I'm forever grateful that I had looked into it and that you guys had found me through him. Hold on, let me catch up on comments before I share with you what Nick had shared with me. Steve, I just wanted to know if he got low-key gangbanged by the Ninja Turtles to get that role in TMNT. And I want to know the real secret of I don't know what the ooze is. Lisa, hi Lisa, honey. Hello, Faye. What the heck is happening with Jessica? I think you mean Alba, maybe? Or I don't know. Is Jessica Aber a different person that I've never heard of? Probably. Jamie, Steve always got goods, man. Steve, well, if they did that to Heather with no rubber turtle suit, I wouldn't put it past them to have a secret shell shock ritual with radioactive rat for, oh my God. Jamie, I knew NDA would be a Ninja Turtle. Oops, disregard comment. All right, let's get to what Nick Carter had shared with me, because he's interesting. Oh, he has an estimated net worth of $35 million. Nick Carter deserves an award for blocking out all the shit that's been done to him, and sadly, what he has done to others. Most notably, Aaron. But no one gives awards or gets awards for being able to put one foot in front of the other, for remembering to put the orange juice back in the fridge or putting the toothpaste cap back on the tube. And it's a shame too. It's thoughts like this, as in making sure to put the OJ back in the fridge and putting the cap back on the toothpaste, that keep him going and keep him functioning. Just by keeping his mind busy. There is no great secret to it or to him. He tells me he is just a simple man. Simple but successful. Successful but wounded, and sometimes broken. But thinking that, acknowledging that, is dangerous territory, because it gets him thinking about all the things that broke him, or nearly broke him, if not for keeping his mind busy. How many breaths he takes in a minute. How many blades of grass are on his yard. Anything and everything so he can just keep on keeping on. Now that is what I have for you on Nick Carter. Any questions, please do let me know down below. What did you say there? The U.S. attorney they just found unalive, something health related. I can look into him. I don't think we're going to have time though, because I have all these pages to get. I mean, part of this is Anthony Fauci, but still, oh God, my head. The throbbing sucks. I may actually have to go to urgent care tomorrow, because this is some grade A misery I'm dealing with here. Now, the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an actor and filmmaker by the name of Sylvester Stallone. This is a short one. By the way, he has an estimated net worth of $400 billion. Sly Stallone's heart is in the right place. He always means to do the right thing and to be a decent person and maybe put a smile on someone's face. And that's all he wanted to share with us. Now, the next person I was asked to look into is an actor and producer by the name of Collin Firth. He is most well known for his role in Pride and Prejudice. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. Collin Firth is still flattered and somewhat flabbergasted at the attention he got for playing Mr. Darcy. It was a fun time. He was young, felt he had something to give, and is glad for how his contribution was received. But outside of that, he's not very talkative, and that's all he wanted to share. Any questions on Collin Firth, please do let me know down below. Now, the next one, do you think flies are really demons meant to irritate us? No. The next person whose interview I was asked to look into, but that wouldn't surprise me, is Ricky Gervais. He is a comedian worth $160 million. Now, I remember the last award show I probably had ever seen was the one in which he roasted Hollywood. I think he had hosted the Golden Globe Awards, and it seemed like he was calling out a lot of fucking people, right? Like he had said, like if Al Jazeera, no, not Al Jazeera, like if, what did he say? Like if ISIS started a movie network, you would all be contacting your agents to see if you could get cast in a film. And how all of the people in Hollywood had been on Jeffrey Epstein's airplane. So he was roasting them. Let's see what Ricky Gervais's energy wanted to I used up this notebook anyway. Do I care that the scheme just split down the middle? Not particularly, no. Ricky Gervais really is tired of it all. His speech at the Golden Globes where he said he didn't care, it was true. He was so tired of the overpaid sycophants, high on their own perceived grandeur and greatness, not getting called out. The industry disgusts him, and everyone in it disgusts him. But being a comedian, he knew he could speak the truth, shrouded in humor, and get away with it. But he is glad the truth is getting out and that justice is coming. That is what I have for you on Ricky Gervais. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Lisa, can you put... yes, Lisa, I will... because this is not just a regular live stream, but an AMA live stream, I will later on be putting a timestamp on it, unless one of you guys that are part of the replay crew beat me to it. Because I have a session later on tonight, so I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I will get to it as soon as I can get to it. Now, the next person whose energy I was asked to look into is somebody by the name of Randy Gerber. This is Cindy Crawford's husband. He is an American businessman, and I did not know this, former model. He has an estimated net worth of $400 million, and notably, he's, I think, besties with George Clooney, and the two of them have like some alcohol company together. Let's see what Randy's energy wanted to share with me. Randy Gerber has a good business head. Always has, even before he knew that's what it was. He has a good work ethic too, but it really helps him to have married well and to have very famous and wealthy friends. Don't get him wrong, he is not about that. He's not impressed by their fame because to him, they're just people. People he knows because of the exclusive zip code they live in and contacts that Cindy has. But he isn't friends with them because of their fame per se, but his wife is Cindy Crawford, so they're not exactly going to be friends with regular people. He knows it sounds terrible. He has the awareness of that fact, but it's the truth. He did also share with me he is not as hard on their kids as Cindy is. Now, I looked into her for a previous AMA, which if I remember, I will link it down below so you can see what Cindy had to say. But Randy did share she can get pretty uptight, and he's more the laid back one. He just loves their kids and isn't as exacting about their futures and opportunities as Cindy is. But he also agrees she has a point. It does not look good for people like them to have kids on the wrong track, or the so-called wrong track. They're supposed to have their shit together and guide their kids to make better choices. But Prez, as in their son Preston, did always go his own way and Kai always wanted to go the way of her mom, as in being a model. So he can't say he is all that surprised in the end. That is what I have for you on Randy Gerber. Any questions, please do let me know down below. This next topic I was asked to look into is, can we change the energy of our environment? The answer is yes, of course we can. We all have a frequency around us, as in our aura, and it is a pulsing, almost living thing. Therefore, the more powerful a non-sentient location or space is, can be influenced by our own aura. Because we can infuse our frequency into a space and change it, or we can certainly influence it. Similarly to how we can influence an environment, we can also be energetically influenced by a particular location. Any empaths watching will know all too well the dysregulation that we may experience by spending time in a location with too many people and the cacophony of energy that we ourselves may absorb and experience by it. Now, just as we can influence and we can be influenced, it is a matter of who or what is the more dominant or prominent energy. So, if you yourself are sensitive to energy, fortify yourself if you know that you may be around a more dominant energy than your own, so that you can withstand some of its influence. That is what I have for you, and if we can change the energy of our environment. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now this next one, I'm going to skip a bunch of pages because this is the members exclusive video I had just done on Anthony Fauci. Highly recommend, if you are not yet a member. Look how many pages I'm skipping, because this was all devoted to Anthony Fauci. Highly recommend, if you are not a member, joining. Even again, if it is just to binge watch my content and cancel, because it's wild. This next topic I was asked to look into is the Supreme Court Justice by the name of Clarence Thomas. He has an estimated net worth of $1 million. Let's see what he wanted to share with me. Clarence Thomas presses his lips together like this, thinning them out to hold back from saying anything because, quote, there's a whole lot to say, end quote. But not yet. The world isn't ready, and it has not yet changed enough, but soon, he promises soon. So we may circle back to his energy and see if at a later date if he may want to share with us. However, not at this time. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is a Canadian singer and songwriter by the name of Nelly Furtado. She has an estimated net worth of $40 million. Nelly Furtado's energy comes into me like she has a really, are you getting the point? How really long of an alien-like tongue. And she wants to lick me. Now I'm going to remind you, she didn't want, I was not literally in the same room as her, so she couldn't lick my face. But energetically, her really long alien-like tongue came in like it wanted to lick me. And in case you're wondering why, she shared with me. She tells me there is so much you can tell about a person from the taste of their sweat, and asks if she can lick mine. Now, I'm not sweating at the time that I had looked into her energy, so it was a strange request to me. But I asked her if she has tasted a lot of sweat, and she tells me tons. She loves to lick from people's faces, from their pits, from their abdomen, down to their privates, and to lick and suck and pleasure and tease and fuck. And she just doesn't just say it, she shows it to me as well. So first she tells this to me, and then she demonstrates like she's giving me a visual image of what it looks like for her to lick people. Their faces, their pits, down to their abdomen and then down to their private parts. To lick and suck and pleasure and tease and fuck. Yeah, she showed this all to me. So I asked her, because it's like, thanks girl, I didn't need to see this. Boundaries are our friend. So sometimes when people overstep a boundary with me, I change the subject or I ask a question to try to get them to stop what they're doing. So I asked her if her song Promiscuous was autobiographical, and she just flashes me a smile. Now, energetically, she seems somewhat out of her body, like too much air energy that needs Earth to balance her out. But it's not a reflection of her natal chart, but because she was passed around sexually as a condition for her success. So she was promiscuous, yes, but not by choice. The music industry turned her into a prostitute and did just enough MK Ultra mind control on her to make her think she likes it and wants it and craves it, and now she identifies herself as it. A dirty girl, like Christina Aguilera in the Assless Chaps singing about being dirty. Now, that is what I have for you on Nelly Furtado. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Yes, Sarah Lee, right? Nelly Furtado, who fucking knew? I know CC Smith, ew. The big 1, 2, 3. What does pizza? I don't know. Steve, Beelzebub is the demon that takes fly form, but I don't want to write his name out for credit. But I get how that could seem to make sense. Mike Hawk, damn, what is happening? I just came back. I know, you never know what's going to happen on this channel. You never know what the fuck we're going to talk about. You never know what weird ass shit is going to actually come up. Mike Hawk, how are sexual instincts like after being a mom? I mean, they certainly change afterwards, but then they come back to what they were beforehand. I mean, is it a surprise? You fucking just had a kid. Our bodies are not quite the same thereafter. Steve, LOL, oh my god, I didn't even think they had pizza in Mexico. Jamie, agreed Sarah, good lord, LOL. Ashley, fun date. Mike Hawk, I'm like a bird, yes, Ashley, I think she was trying to get rid of you. It worked. I mean, it's honestly, I always say I'm flabbergasted by what things people want to share with me. All right. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is a computer programmer and businessman named John Mcafee. Now, he created the antivirus software. This is crazy. At the time that he crossed over, he had an estimated net worth of $4 million. At one point, he was worth $100 million, and then in the housing crisis, he lost $96 million. I mean, if that's not the worst day ever, I don't know what the fuck is. Let's see what his energy John wanted to share with me. John Mcafee is no longer on this side. Because there's a lot of conspiracy theorists that are like, he staged his death, he's not really dead. I'm going to share with you, no. He's not really on this side. He did really cross over. His energy is a whisper, which is an indication that he is no longer on this side. But despite this, I can still read his energy, and when he was alive, he was a deeply paranoid person. Truly. He really did think people from the government were out to get him, which is why he created antivirus software. It was done for himself first and foremost, but born from his deep paranoia. Yes, Mike, I've spoken extensively about Aleister Crowley. Even now, on the other side, his energy is like a whisper of a slippery eel, hard to hold on to because he doesn't want his energy to be caught, his secrets to be shared. And I respect that. So I stopped trying to pursue his energy and I let him go in peace. That is what I have for you on John McAfee. Any questions, let me know down below. It's a crazy awareness paranoia. It's crazy that he had it, right? Sarah Lee, Nelly Furtado's energy reminds me of a Lee. Yes, definitely. A lot of similarities there. Now, this next person whose energy I was asked to look into is an actor and singer by the name of Ethan Slater. He's not my homeboy. So first of all, he is now in a relationship with Ariana Grande. And when he met Ariana Grande, both he was married to someone else and Ariana was married to somebody else. And his wife, Ethan Slater's wife, had just had a baby. And he left his wife and his newborn to be in a relationship with Ariana fucking Grande. So no, he's not my homeboy. I believe he is in the new Wicked. I think maybe that's how he met Ariana. I don't really know. And because I'm mean and I can, I'm going to share he's only 5'7". And he has an estimated net worth of $3 million. Yes, Ashley, gross. Hold on, Jamie, I got a question. What does the blue wrench by people say? It means that I once made them a moderator. So it means that they can delete comments or they can put people in timeout. And sometimes if, like one time, Sarah wasn't here because she's in another country and she's many hours ahead of us. So I had appointed a bunch of other people to be moderators so they could mod when Sarah wasn't here. So that's what it is. If there's a wrench, it means that I once assigned them to be a moderator and they have moderating rights for frisky people that are being disrespectful in the comment section. Let's see what Ethan Slater's energy wanted to share with me. Ethan Slater is a worm. Of course, not literally, but definitely energetically, as in he crawls around to find the best opportunities for himself. As in, he's an opportunist. But calling him that dresses up how he is one, which is like a worm, because he crawls around. He looks innocent and unassuming, and when working with him, people will always have nice things to say about him, but it's actually an affront to people's intelligence because his niceness is all performative, as in it's fucking fake. He met Ariana Grande and played her perfectly well, being so kind and caring and getting her to open up to him bit by bit, coming in like a best friend that just happens to be a man, a very short man, that's worm-like, 2% personal opinion, until one day they were sitting too close and he acted like he just couldn't hold back any longer. He was so tired of fighting it. He just had to kiss her because he loved her. And he loved her all along. And couldn't she feel it? Couldn't she feel it too? And she wasn't sure. She was a mess. Her relationship was a mess. I previously done a reading on her. I will link it down below. You can go back and see why she is a mess. But she was a mess. Her relationship was a mess. But Ethan was holding out his hand to her and offering her an anchor. And she took it. And she didn't think about the fallout of her actions because it was love, wasn't it? At least that's what Ethan wants her to believe. Because for a skinny man-child, a messed up pop star named Ariana Grande was the motherfucking jackpot. And he didn't care what the fallout was because Ariana was too easy to control and his ticket to the upper echelons of a society he so desperately sought to enter. That is what I have for you on Ethan Slater. Worm. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Oh, that's an interesting observation. Ethan Slater feels like Brian Koberger. Swimmingly said, oh, Ariana G, is she? No. She's very mentally messed up. I think they broke her fucking mind. She's just a mess. But she's not evil, and she's not, no, she wouldn't unalive people. She's just a fucking hot mess. Jenna, oh my god, I'm so glad you're still alive. Mike Hawk, anybody know what happens in what moment? Ariana Grande sounds like a Starbucks drink. Miles, I still can't believe she's actually with him. I genuinely thought she effed up and had to go through with a humiliation ritual, but she's a Cancer, so what can you do, I guess? It's actually real. He has her wrapped around his finger. Steve, I got my Slaters crossed. Very good. Okay. All right. The next person whose energy I was asked to look into is a former CEO, record executive by the name of L.A. Reid. He has an estimated net worth of $300 million. He is not suffering. L.A. Reid could always spot it. The star quality, and those that had it, no matter how they were dressed, how poor they were, or how badly they needed a makeover. He always could spot it. And that's what made him so effective at his job. He was equal parts star spotter and star maker, working with the best stylists to remake and rebrand the wannabes into superstars. And they were, of course, starstruck by their own rebrand. And they would sign away their own parents if he asked them to. See where this is going? But he laughs at that because, of course, he's not quite that heartless of a bastard. But their firstborns? Well, that's a different story now, isn't it? To which he winks at me, laughs, and closed his energy on me. That is what I have for you on Ellie Reid. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Oh my god, Jenna, that's amazing. Ha ha ha. We were just joking about ordering an Ariana Grande at Starbucks. Miles, I'm so shocked genuinely, but I remember you saying she has terrible self-esteem, so it makes sense. She really does. Jenna, cherry chai with whipped cream. The next person whose energy I was actually asked to look into, what's his name? John O'Keefe? But I wrote down James O'Keefe, and that's whose energy I looked into. But this other person that you guys asked me to look into, hopefully one day I'll look into his energy. But this person whose energy I looked into, James O'Keefe, is the founder of Project Veritas, which is known for getting undercover footage of people on dates blabbering their mouth about things that they should not be talking about. Now, James O'Keefe has an estimated net worth of just under $2 million. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. James O'Keefe had a prophetic dream in which he was told he had an important job to do. He must fearlessly pursue the truth at all costs. He had woken up startled. It was 4:46 a.m. in January. Like, it left such an indelible impression on him. He remembered the exact time. He woke up in the middle of the night. He looked over. He saw the clock. It was 4:46 a.m. and it was January. He was shaken and discombobulated, but it felt as if God had spoken directly to him. And when God speaks, one listens. And even though he didn't listen right away, it was always in the back of his mind, percolating, cooking, loading, as he felt he was downloading information, and as reality was changing in front of him. But he looked around the world one day and suddenly saw it. How he could fulfill his duty. It wasn't only by pursuing the truth, but speaking it and exposing those that do not speak the truth, or at least not out loud, or publicly, but only inappropriately when they're on a date. And so Project Veritas was born. And while he says, of course, there is more to him and his story, this is the most important takeaway. When God speaks, listen. That is what I have for you on James O'Keefe. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, the next topic I was asked to look into is, does energy harvesting happen at raves? This came courtesy of Nikki. Excellent question. Let's see what was shown to me. As much as I would love to say it doesn't or it cannot happen, it can and it does. Especially the more mainstream a DJ is. Not how big in the EDM community, but how mainstream they are. Because there are some absolute giants in EDM that are obscure to regular folks, and some DJs that have hits on the radio, but those aren't the ones even considered to be real DJs to ravers. So there is a very real distinction. By and large, it does happen at a smaller rate than at traditional concerts, but it can still happen. So, if you plan on going to a rave, just practice discernment and pay attention to how you feel. Because no performance is worth the cost of your life force energy. That is what I have for you on energy harvesting happening at raves. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Miles, oh my God, I'm going to a rave festival next week. Bring some crystals and pay attention to how you're feeling. And if the energy doesn't feel good or if it feels wonky, just keep that in mind. Now, this next topic I was asked to look into is a fashion designer by the name of Betsy Johnson. She has an estimated net worth of $60 million. Now, she is a little bit kooky. She's known for like doing cartwheels at her shows, and she dresses like really wild and wacky, and her designs are a little bit over the top as well. So let's see. Hello, Millie, my darling. I'm glad you caught us as well. Let's see what Betsy's energy wanted to share with me. Betsy Johnson is a little bit kooky. So what one sees with her is really what one gets, because it's really her. She's finally really her, and it has taken an eternity for her to finally accept herself and have the opportunity to be herself, because she has had hundreds of lifetimes of being disempowered or living out of alignment or falling in line for familial or societal expectations, or being a slave, or a noble, or a sweatshop worker, or a fisherman, as in all of her past lives ran the gamut. But the common thread was, no matter the lifetime, she was never really free to live the life she wanted, and she yearned to live. So, as she is finishing up her karmic cycles, she gave herself this life as a treat. She would be who she is, she could live out loud, and leave an impression on the world while doing it. That is what I have for you on Betsy Johnson. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Hello, Bernice, my darling. It's wonderful to see you, and thank you for the compliment on my hair. Now this next one, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. I'm not talking about it now because it's going to get its own freestanding video. It's on Ouija boards. And yes, it's wilder than I ever could have imagined. So, sneak peek. Ouija boards will get its own video maybe next week. I'm not talking about it now because I got like 5 pages on it. Now, this also one, I'm going to skip some more pages. This is also getting its own standalone video. This is an excellent topic that had been asked about me, about what is the true meaning of sunscreen. Gonna get its own video. Not discussing it today, however. This next one is super duper short, which is good because we're running out of time. I was asked to look into Teddy Roosevelt, who was a former United States president from 1901 until 1909. Very short. He said he did the best he could under the circumstances, and he is sorry. That's what I got for you on Teddy Roosevelt. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Thank you so much for the compliment. I got myself some new makeup, and it's fabulous. And if you want me to talk about what it is, I'll talk about it on the next live stream. Not this one, because I don't have time today. I'm sorry, guys. Because we still have... We're getting there. You know what? If we finish in time, I'll go get it and I'll show you what it is. What did Beth ask? I missed a comment here. Because Jamie said, right, Beth? I've always wondered about that one. I don't see a comment from... Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, I can't wait for that one. They're so good. They're so good. These topics are so good. I'm really excited. They're going to be videos for next week. Hopefully by then I'll be feeling better and I can actually produce 2 videos. Because I have not... And, oh, God. We have the eclipse coming up this weekend. Oh, my God. I just need April to come around. I need, like, Mercury to go direct, and I need Venus to go direct. Can we please? All right. The next topic the next person I was asked to look into is a Canadian filmmaker by the name of James Cameron. He has an estimated net worth of $800 million. $800 million. Let's see what his energy wanted to share with me. James Cameron's asked if we've been entertained by his movies. And if not, what's wrong with us? How do we not see his vision? How do we not see he's a creative genius? Was Titanic not a masterpiece, he asks? Was the Terminator not cutting edge, he asks? How can one not see his work and say he was ahead of his time? That's the problem with us. We don't know high quality when we see it, according to James Cameron. He deserves every award he has won, and even the ones he hasn't won. He's deserved them all because, according to James Cameron, he is a revolutionary, a visionary, a man for all ages, except apparently this one, because no one appreciates his work. Now, if you have been listening and watching, and you have noticed I have been very snarky with his energy, it's because I found him to be insufferable, and I decided to disconnect from his energy. So that's what I have for you on the insufferable James Cameron. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Miles, do you know what the sign the eclipse will be in? The one that's coming up is going to be in Aries. Miles, you have an Aries moon, right? That means you're going to be feeling it. You're going to be feeling it. Now, I think what I'm actually going to do is this weekend, either tomorrow or Saturday, I think I'm going to do a members live stream so we can all commiserate together on the crazy energy that we're feeling. Let me, can I do tomorrow? Yes, I can do tomorrow. I haven't decided. Guys, if you're a member and you're watching this, check the community section tab for members, and I'll post what I'm going to do either tomorrow or Saturday. Let's do a live stream. Let's be together during the crazy ass motherfucking eclipse energy. Miles, yes, I'm bought to get hit. Yes, you are. I'm gonna hold some space for you. I'm holding space for everybody because goddamn it. All right, this next one, very interesting. I was asked to look into a Swedish actor and filmmaker by the name of Dulph Lundgren. He has an estimated net worth of $30 million. Let's see what he wanted to share with me. Dulph Lundgren has the mentality of a monk. To do things because they had to be done, to do them well, or at least to do them to the best of his ability, and to have a sense of pride, but not attachment. This is why he excelled at martial arts, because he just applied himself to it and applied himself diligently, and it gave him a nice life because of the movies that he acted in, But that was all more like a hobby to him. Because what good is an active body without an active mind? So he challenged himself to go back to school and develop parts of himself he felt were left behind. And then to integrate those parts into a whole so he could be whole. I love my neighborhood. Not to have a whole inside of himself, but to integrate all parts into himself and to be whole. As in the difference between H-O-L-E and W-H-O-L-E. But, alas, he could not help his wife, and they divorced. That really threw him, to so clearly see his wife suffering and to feel powerless to help her. And he learned a big lesson that day. Self-mastery means nothing if you cannot help the people you love with it. Not his wife and not his kids. That changed him some, and it took him years to get back to himself. But he feels maybe he's back again and just in time to enjoy his golden years. Now, in case you're wondering and you're like, what happened with his wife that he felt he couldn't help her? So apparently one day when he wasn't home, people had broken into his house and had held his wife and children captive. There were two men that broke into the house. And then they had seen, after they had detained his wife and his kids, had looked at the pictures on the wall and they saw, oh my God, this is Dulph Lundgren's house. And they were like, oh, our bad, so sorry, we're fans, we like her husband. They freed the wife and kids and then they left the house. But apparently, I was reading on his Wikipedia page, his wife suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, and allegedly that's why they got divorced. So that is what I have for you on Dulph Lundgren. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Is it cold over here? Yeah, kind of, because here in California we have weird seasons. Our winter doesn't start late in the year, so it doesn't end until late in the year. Now, this next topic I was asked to look into is an actress by the name of Leah Remini. She has an estimated net worth of $10 million. I think she's maybe just like a TV star. I don't really know. Let's see what our energy wanted to share with me. Leah Remini says, what can she say? She was seduced by the industry and all that it could offer. But to be clear, she's not talking about that. And if you know what she's not talking about. What she is talking about, oh, I get to what she's talking about a little bit later on. So to be clear, she's not talking about that, though she knows. She has not seen it firsthand, but there has been whispers for years, and it did not take a genius to know what the industry is built on. But neither her nor Harry her husband, Harry Hamlin, were high up enough to be part of it. Not to say they didn't have a nice life, because they did. Although she admits she definitely went too far with the fillers, and she began to forget how she used to look, and that was a real wake-up for her. Like, what kind of example was she setting for her kids? How could she counsel them to be strong against the world and its seductions if she herself had been seduced by the promise of being forever young? Forever frozen-faced is more like it. So she's finding contentment in being herself again. Her real self, and it's nice. Great question, Miles. I can definitely look into the energy of people who do not speak English. Yes. Thank you, Ashley, Housewives of Beverly Hills. We got like 3 topics to get through. I'm going to barrel through because I really want to finish up before I have to dash when Pip gets home. Now, this next one is a super short topic. I was asked to look into an Israeli actress by the name of Gadot. She has an estimated net worth of $40 million. I think she is most well known for being Wonder Woman. Let's see what her energy wanted to share with me. Gal Gadot says there's so much to share because she has had a mostly nice life and experiences in the industry. So, as in, she is somebody that is used as a front. Because yes, there's outliers that get in, they can later be compromised, but there's also a certain number that get used as a front to the industry, and they don't see and they're not exposed to any of the dark, nefarious things, and they're never asked to join the club. Surprise, surprise, Mile, no, she's not. Even when competing in pageants, she rarely came across a super competitive woman, and her experiences were really mostly positive. No, it's not to say everything has been perfect, and neither is her life, but she chooses to focus on what in her life is working instead of focusing on the problems, and she isn't about to start now with me. That is what I have for you on Gal Gadot. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Such a terrible actress. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a single thing she's been in, so I can't weigh in on that. Now, this next topic, I was asked to look into an American singer and actress by the name of Diana Ross. She has an estimated net worth of $250 million. Let's see what Diana's energy wanted to share with me. Diana Ross says life was just better in the 70s and 80s. And no, it's not because of the cocaine. But everything was just grander. The hair was bigger. The makeup was brighter. The dance floors were always packed. And everyone just wanted to have a good time. And now? Are we all just so jaded we don't care any longer? Does no one want to dance? And not do whatever kids these days do on the dance floor that is definitely, according to Diana Ross, not dancing. No, no, no. Don't try to convince her standing in one place with your hands in the air like you're hailing a taxi is dancing. It's not, says Diana Ross. Was hers the last truly epic generation, she wonders? So she asks me, as an energy reader, what decade was the most epic that I have looked into? Was it the Roaring 20s? She bets it was. But I tell her I don't particularly like the 20th century, despite me having vivid past life memories of the 70s. I was born in 1980, so it couldn't have been the 80s. But having vivid past life memories of the 70s, and ho, did I live it up. Which led to a young demise and a rapid reincarnating into my next life, this current life, as Faye, with 0 degrees Leo rising. Thank you very much. Because you can apparently take the soul out of the party girl, but can never take the party girl out of that soul. But despite this, I think we are all nostalgic for a different time period. That can be because of attachment. But in her case, maybe she is nostalgic for a period from her youth. And it's not so much the things she mentioned as being so grand, but how it felt for her to live with those things in her perceived prime period. But she tells me I'm not wrong. It was her prime, and perhaps it's just hard to let go of that as the clock marches on, and with it her youth. But she lived. Oh, how she lived. And it was grand, and for that she is forever grateful. That is what I have for you on Diana Ross. Any questions, please do let me know down below. Now, I'm also, Party Monster. I'm also just going to share with you guys, this is an example of how you can influence energy. because Diana Ross was going on and on about how this is the worst generation, and I came in and I was like, oh girl, like I lived, I partied, I died, I came back apparently to party. And it's like, I was able to get her to see it's not so much about this and this life, because we have so many other lives that we can still live. So yes, energy influencing is real. We all can do it. And as long as you're not hurting another person to do it, it's perfectly okay. Okay? Just wanted to put that out there for everybody. Again, I always say, you do you, boo. Right? If something raises your vibration, as long as you're not hurting another person when you do it, just do it. So if you're getting together with a friend and they're throwing themselves a little pity party, you do not have to be influenced by their energy. You can influence their energy back towards a more aligned state of mind. That is what I have for you on Diana Ross. Any questions, please do let me know down below. You know, Anita, you are going to have to try harder to insult me. I'm sorry. That's just not an insult. That I look like a broke Ellen DeGeneres? Ellen DeGeneres is scum of the motherfucking earth. I'm glad I don't have her money, because it means I'm not in the club and I have integrity. And if you came here to be a nasty fucking piece of shit that wants to talk shit about a person that's doing something that you don't do, because I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to guess you don't have your own fucking YouTube channel. So if you came here to talk shit about somebody that's doing something that you don't do, take a good look in the mirror. And maybe ask yourself why you're tearing people down instead of building them up. The last topic I was asked to look into in this AMA is, it's not a dangerous room here. For the most part, we are all incredibly kind and compassionate people. But I have a very, very short and small tolerance for people that tear other people down instead of building them up. Because you can be anything you want in this world. Maybe not taller. I can't be 6 feet tall, no matter how bad I might want to be. Not without at risk of maybe breaking my ankle because I'm wearing shoes that are too fucking tall. But if you can be anything in this goddamn world, why make the choice to be nasty? That's all I'm saying. I was talking to somebody that said I look like a broke ass Ellen DeGeneres. Now, first of all, I cannot tell you how many times people have told me I look like Ellen DeGeneres. You know, it doesn't even faze me anymore. It doesn't. And it's not an insult. And it's just, frankly, I'm sorry. When people say that to me, they're showing their own ignorance. Because not everyone that happens to be a woman with short blonde hair looks like Ellen DeGeneres. It's stupid. Come on, guys. Try harder. If somebody actually was able to insult me, but it was an out-of-the-box insult, I would applaud them. But telling me I look like a broke-ass Ellen DeGeneres, it's not cutting it, buddy. It's not cutting it. Thank you, Tolda. I appreciate you. Isn't this interesting? One person says I look like a broke-ass Ellen DeGeneres, and another person says so beautiful. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Steve, but Faye will cut a bitch. Apparently I will. Swimmingly. Solar flow. Yes, you just verbally pimp slap somebody. I guess I had to. What if she looks just like you? You know what? I don't care. Okay, she looks... Do you know what? I've had people tell me I look like Blake Lively. I've had people tell me I look like Grace Kelly. I don't fucking care! Because you know what? I can't look like all of these different people that look nothing like each other. We do not see people as they are. We see people through the lens of what we are. That's why a nasty person is going to make a nasty comment. Because they're nasty on the inside. I don't care if I look like Ellen DeGeneres. Because I'm not her. And I'm not in the club. And I have integrity. And I'm not a motherfucking piece of shit. So there. Steve, didn't they tell of Napoleon or who was it? I did. Hello, Christy, my darling. Thank you, thank you. You don't look anything like her, to be honest. I don't think I do either, but you know what? It's fine. Like, again, I can't look like Blake Lively and Ellen DeGeneres and Grace Kelly. All three of those people look nothing alike. So I can't look like all of them if they don't even look like each other. It doesn't even bother me. What bothers me is when people come here and they're nasty. Like, you know what? Again, if somebody's going to be nasty, but at least it's creative, I can get behind that. If you're going to be nasty and it's not even creative, like, don't even bother. Keep your mouth shut, please. Swimmingly, they are jealous of your beauty and your magnetic aura. That's a them problem. That's not a me problem. But thank you for saying so. Get 'em, Faye. Freyer, that person needs glasses because you clearly look better than Ellen. Obviously a lie. Thank you, guys. Ashley, Faye, and OG. Swimmingly, none of the trolls ever will show their face. They are just bored and jealous of you. Again, you know what? If someone is a content, people that put themselves out there are never going to tear another person that put themselves out there. We don't have the fucking time. You don't see me coming on here and talking shit about other content creators or about their appearance. It's the people that trigger us. What did I say about Billy Idol? He triggered people. And a lot of people didn't like him because they felt triggered, because he was so vibrant and he was so magnetic that he triggered in people their own lack of magnetism. So it's always going to be the people that get triggered by somebody else that are going to try to tear that person down because they're triggered by them. We don't want to see somebody that triggers us succeed. Ashley, you look like beautiful, Faye, and also the princess from the land before time. Thank you, my darling. Ashley, envy. Christy, I don't think you look anything like Ellen. They're trolling. Swimmingly, Solar, you're gorgeous. You look like a healthy supermodel. Thank you, guys. Nicole, don't let her bring you down. Don't let her bring down the vibe. We're high vibing over here. I know, I just had to call it out. Like, you know, I used to get upset when I would see other content creators calling out trolls. I actually, I'm starting to get to the point where I get it now. I get why they do it. Sometimes you just need to put somebody in their place. You know, again, come at me with at least a creative insult. Not a tired old one that really, frankly, at this point, needs to be retired. Swimmingly, you look prettier than them, so the trolls can go elsewhere. Beth, right, Nicole? We're high vibing over. Hello, Deborah, my darling. Deborah Mosley, been watching on TV and had to pop in and say they are envious of you and your talents. Feel sorry for her. She has no idea how beautiful she could be. Glad you are on this evening. Thank you for saying so, Deborah. Freyer, but, oh, honey, you retracted the comment. Deborah, I feel sorry. I got that. Steve, this makes me want to insult you properly so you can laugh. Steve, if anyone can, it's you. Seriously. I will never get over the comment that you had made about holding space for John Cena. Never, as long as I live. Freyer, but even people that don't actually type or open their mouth with nasty shit can be rotten on the inside. Isn't that the truth? I had another psychic medium that got triggered by me and she sent me a major psychic attack. Very true and a good lesson to remember. Thank you for that, Freyer. Swimmingly, I don't blame you for checking a lame troll if you need. You're not here to be harassed. Thank you, Swimmingly. Let's get to the last topic and I'm going to have to bounce. All right, so is the cast of Wicked okay and why are they always crying? Ezzy, some people think Ellen is beautiful. That's I'm happy for them. She's not beautiful on the inside though. Melisi, love you, beautiful Faye. Thank you, darling. Nicole, John Cena, that was a good one. Never getting over it, never. Let's see if the cast of Wicked is okay and why they are always crying. The short answer is it depends. As in, are they okay? It depends. The movie was good for their careers. It put them front and center, and it was a success. However, it's what cost them that makes them not okay and explains why they have been crying when doing press for the film. Both Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo had to sacrifice parts of themselves to be in the film. Doesn't it show that they have by how emaciated they are? Crying aside, do they look okay, or do they look like they need a good meal and a bed? As in a bed to sleep in and recover some of their energetic reserves back, because they are both running on empty. Not because shooting the film Wicked was so grueling and wicked, but because they both literally sacrificed parts of their soul to appear in the film. And they are both so completely lost and dysregulated because of it. So no, they're not okay. Not really anyway. Ariana was energetically disempowered to begin with. So she is certainly now that she sacrificed parts of her soul, not doing well. And Cynthia, well, Cynthia is a bit out to lunch, and this certainly hasn't helped. They are both good examples of the old system and the old Hollywood system that is dying. So despite what they have done to ascend and for their own success, it may prove to be rather short-lived, as their energy won't be compatible with where the world and the industry is going. That concludes the segment on the cast of Wicked and their crying and if they are okay. It's also the last topic for this AMA and also the very last topic for this notebook. Ta-da! The next time I see you guys, it will be with actually it won't be a completely fresh notebook because I have those topics that are getting their own standalone videos in here. So it shan't be a new notebook. Let me catch up on comments and I'll stay on for another couple of minutes and then I'm gonna have to bounce because my kid is coming home. Nicole, why am I not seeing Freyr's comments? I don't know. Jamie, we love you, Faye. You have no idea how amazing and beautiful you are, especially to us. Thank you for being you. Thank you for saying that, darling. Nicole, Wicked, I knew it. Beth, Nicole, make sure you are on all chats and not the top chat. Well, it serves me right, guys, because I kept all comments available because apparently I've been missing comments in the past. So I kept this one available to all. So yeah, a troll slipped in there. Nicole, Beth, I've adjusted it twice. Ashley, it's noticeable. Ezzy, wow. Beth, agree, Jamie. Miles, can you look into how they do that? This has piqued my curiosity. Yes, I actually think a lot is going to come in. So Miles, if it's okay, I'd like to do a deep dive into that. And maybe I can build out like enough for an entire video on it. Because I have a feeling what will come in is going to connect the dots on a bunch of videos that I have done. So I think it might be really interesting actually to do a deep dive into it. Steve, oh crap, that's why mine was F'd. Swimmingly. Wow, you should publish all your notes one day. It would be such an interesting book. One day. One day. I definitely believe it's in the cards for me. One day. I don't know what I'm writing about, but one day. Jamie, swimmingly. Faye needs to write a book. I don't know what it's going to be on yet. Miles, oh yeah, take your time. I love the magic side of this stuff, right? Me too. Susanna, been away. We'll catch up with the replay. Urban Outfitters for the Sun. I'm still stuck on that. Urban Outfitters for the Sun. Yes, I got it on Facebook Marketplace. I didn't need a headboard. But I have been crushing on this headboard for years. And when I saw it, I was like, I will find a place for it. This is not even, I don't know what the title of my book is because I don't know what I'm writing about yet. I actually had this hung up in my bedroom over a bench I have in my bedroom, but the walls started to look a little cluttery and I had plans for what I wanted to do here. This was not actually it. I was going to do something else, but I took the headboard out of where it was in the bedroom and I put it here and I was like, it completely transformed not just my desk, it transformed my whole living room. Because I have 2 doors into my living room. And every time, it doesn't matter what door I walk in from, I see it and I'm like, oh, the sun. It just completely changed the energy in this room. So I'm going to keep it for a good long while because I love it now. Freyer, Nicole, I retracted and sent a comment again. Maybe you need to scroll again to find it. Swimmingly, write a book on the club. Being one, nobody should really want to join and say how crazy the club is. Because it is. Miles, it's complimenting your Leo rising, so that's what I feel also. It's vibes. It's total vibes. And you know, I always talk about the divine being akin to the sun, right? So it's a station where we talk about the divine. We have the sun. It's complementing the Leo rising vibes. It's just, and it's gold, and it's just everything. It's just perfect. I love it so much. It's so good, guys, right? I just love it. It's completely transformed this space. Jamie, so glad I'm glad too. Swimmingly, solar, are you a Virgo or a Pisces? Neither, love. I'm actually a Capricorn sun. I have Capricorn in the 6th house. Doesn't that explain so much? Like my work ethic, constantly doing videos, my notes to keep me organized. But I have a stellium of planets in Virgo. I think I have 4 or 5 planets in Virgo. Ugh, it's a fucking party over there. And I am a Leo rising and a Leo moon. And I have Aquarius in my 7th house. I have Venus in my 7th house, which is Aquarius. So yeah. Beth, yes, the whole vibe feels like a breath of fresh air, which is perfectly timed, right? Swimmingly, LOL, I was way off. That's okay. People do think that I am a Pisces or Virgo because of the work that I do, but no. But Virgo, I have so much Virgo. It's a little painful sometimes to have that much Virgo. But I can't imagine like not having that energy because it keeps me organized. It keeps my mind in an organized fashion. It keeps me, there's like a certain, I don't know, there's just a certain, I can't imagine, honestly, I can't imagine myself being any other way. Like the way that I am just makes so much sense to me. Ashley, I'm Virgo sun, Scorpio rising and Leo moon. Swimmingly, is it true a lot of Pisces are psychic? Okay, so what's been shown, I know I've heard this a lot. I've heard people say Pisces is the most psychic. I've heard people say Virgo is the most psychic. What's been shown to me, there is no one universal sign that is the most psychic. Because here's the thing, the amount of our gifts and abilities that we allow in could be connected to a soul contract or a soul lesson. So not all of us are going to choose like one sign because that's a reflection of, no. Like there is no one of any sign that is anything. Right? I share the same birthday with Lucy Letby. Does that mean I'm a psychopath like she is? No. There's variations. There's the picture that our zodiac paints for us is like really only half of it. Because there's free will, soul contracts, soul lessons, reincarnation, all of that. So we're so much more than just our zodiacal chart. Freyer, funny Faye, you have a stellium of planets in Virgo in my 1st house in Synastry overlay. Very interesting, Freyer. Samaya, oh my goodness, I wish I had Virgo energy because without it, I am all over the place. I think I would be too, by the way. Jamie, I got books to learn astrology. I still don't understand it. It could take a literal lifetime. I've actually heard people that have been studying it for like 40 years, and they're like, the more I know, the more I realize how little I actually know about it. Swimmingly, that makes sense. So Sarah deleted the comment. I didn't see it. I can't comment on it. But must have been a doozy. Steve, send your stuffiness to my pussy. Thomas is waiting in Lapipus position and please take my congestion, please. We'll exchange your congestion energy for a belly scratch. Count me in. And says you would be surprised what a short cat nap will do. After Pip went off to school this morning, I actually went back to sleep for like an hour. So I tried. I'm really trying to like lean into this. I need to heal myself, but god damn it. Steve, not catnip, catnap. Yes, yes, I got that. Miles, I wish I had earth placements in my big six. Ooh. I'm so curious what your chart looks like now, Miles. Ashley, cats are amazing. Nicole, thank you, Sarah. I was also trying to block that person. I'm really curious what that person said now. Was it about Ellen DeGeneres again? It better have not been. Jamie, oh my God, what is it with the troll? Because this is what I did. It's on me. I set up the chat that all comments were visible because in the past, comments have come in that I didn't see because they were thought to be maybe potential spam or something like that. So I wanted to catch all of the comments that came in. Beth, guys, don't forget to hit that. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate the reminder. Freyer, is Mikey Anderson actress in the club? I don't know yet. I'll have to look into them. Nicole, I'll tell you in Telegram. Freyer, she won an Oscar recently. Oh. Miles, I'll send it to you, Faye. My chart is interesting. Guys, by the way, seriously, I know a bunch of you are in the Telegram chat. And then you can also message me privately. Guys, come on over, join us in Telegram. We have so much fun over there. And it's a way, I have been communicating with you guys so much more frequently that way, and it's been absolutely lovely. I love it. So if you want to come over and join the party, please come over and join. Otherwise, we'll keep it cute and exclusive as it is. I gotta bounce off. My kid is almost home. I'm gonna catch up on comments and then I gotta skedaddle. Sarah Lee, at Nicole, team effort. Thank you, thank you, Sarah, for deleting all of that. Oh God. Thank you, Kristen. I just got a notification from Telegram. Thank you for letting me know what that person said. Ashley, when do you do it? I don't know, do what? Swimming, bye. Yes, right, Miles? It's so much fun on Telegram, guys. Jamie, I love you all. Thanks for coming together. I agree, this is the best family ever. I gotta go. My kid is gonna be home momentarily. I need to try to, I don't know, do something here to clear my head or something. It's, Telegram. It's a Telegram chat. It's a Solar Flow Telegram chat. It's amazing. We have so much fun. Please join us. Beth, bye all. Had a great time. Thanks, Faye. Thank you, Sarah. Bye, guys. I love you. This was super fun. I promise I will be doing timestamps unless one of you that are part of the replay crew beat me to it. I will be providing timestamps. I'm just not going to get to it immediately. I got to feed my kid, and then I have a session, and then all of that. Poop, hit the road, Jack. All right, guys, I love you. I will hopefully be back with 2 new videos next week. Thank you, Ashley. Hopefully I will be feeling better by next week, and I will be up for producing 2 of them. No, my kid is coming home any minute. I got to get off right now, PH Rolls. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I got the notification from Carpool. He's going to be home any moment now, so I got to go. I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will hopefully be back with 2 new videos next week. Bye. And trolls, stop trolling. Bye, y'all.